think we are back. So we are underway here at Desert Springs Resort with our final game of the day. See the clash of the Scandinavian teams between Sweden and Norway. So Norway, just as a reminder, won the toss and have elected to field. As Captain Fariel has started, she is opening the bowling from our end. Fariel Safda. And a steady start. Both teams here yet to secure a win in this tournament, so there'll be a lot of fight between the two. As that is played and missed. Sweden we saw yesterday with the multiple left-handers that came to the crease. And there is one opening the batting now. Lundell. Do we have team sheets for these guys?
They are incoming.
Incoming, perfect. We'll go by surnames so far.
This is Signe. She's been teaching me her name ever since, well, it feels like Thursday.
Signe.
Signe.
The G is soft. This is what Monica, the CEO, told me. So the G is a soft G in her name. Not Signe. Signe. Beautiful Swedish name. As the ball is played, a bit of a late call, but fortunately a fumble in the field by Hassan, who we saw earlier today in the runs for Norway. As I just get up to date on my scoring.
And just realised the benefit of not wearing my earphones. I could hear every word that Mark Chappell was telling the ladies there.
What was he saying?
Saying quickly between overs. We don't want to run out of light again. Of course, it was neither of these two teams that suffered that last night, but they will have been watching, or they've been trying to be watched. They will have tried to have been watching at the end. Very difficult conditions to play in. We started this match just a little before 3:15, which means there's a provisional or notional finishing time of 6:25, which of course we didn't get to yesterday. So Mark Chappell absolutely right. They really need to get through these overs.
We have Hussein opening the bowling from the Crocodile Club end. And we have lost a little bit of signal. Oh, and we're back. No, we're gone. Just bear with us while it's fluttering in and out of signal on the TV. And hopefully we are back. As the ball bowls down the leg side. So I'll do my best to describe everything that's happening for you if we do fluctuate in and out. So wide has been bowled from Hussein. As she comes up to bowl, right arm over the wicket, and the ball is struck firmly past the covers, and this is going to race away for 4 runs. First boundary of the innings for Rana. Fantastic strike of the ball, outside off stump, short and wide, and she has absolutely middled that straight through the covers. Fantastic start for Rana, sorry, not Kana. Relax, it's K Rana. So a healthy start for her. As Hussein runs in, bowls nice and straight and is defended a little bit nervy into the offside for no run. And for those who are joining, welcome to our third game across the day. So this match is Sweden versus Norway, a Scandinavian rivalry of the teams that are here. As Hussein runs into bowl. And again, delicately tapped away, guided towards backward point, short third area for a single. As she waits at the top of her mark, whilst the keeper moves a little bit of the field. Few different communications, so cover is going out and square leg has been brought in, but as a reminder, in the power play, the fielders can have two outside of the ring. As Hussein bowls to the left-handed Lundell, Signe Lundell, who hits towards just in front of point for a single, and hopefully we are back on the screen. If there are any technical issues, then we can only apologise, but if you bear with us, then we should be okay. So the score after 2 overs is 10 for none, going at a steady rate of 5s. Hopefully you can all work that out. As Fariel just ties that long black hair up. She comes into bowl, right arm over the wicket to the left-hander. So we've seen from her before that she drifts the ball. She'll be drifting it away from the left-hander. As she runs into bowl, comes round, but that's pulled beautifully. That will race away for 4. Down towards the fine leg region. That is hit cleanly by Signe Lundell, as she secures her second boundary of the innings. I've unfortunately lost my co-commentator. So again, I will go back onto the YouTube streaming, and I love getting in touch with the viewers. I love keeping you involved. So any comments that you'd like to make them respectful. Anything, any questions, get in touch. Be good fun. We'll get you guys involved. As this ball has been struck towards mid-off as they scamper through for a single. So just a reminder, Norway won the toss and elected to bowl. Want to make full use of this wicket towards the end of the day, even though they will be the 6th innings on the same wicket in the day. So it's an interesting choice from the captain. But it'll be good to hear from you all. So lineups have been added to the comment section, just in case you missed that at the start. Got some very talented cricketers on show today. Be good to hear from you guys, as we have done throughout the course of the day. That ball has been struck towards the deep, out to deep mid wicket, just for the single. Fielding been pretty tight so far for the Norwegians. So the matches that haven't been played, so I don't believe, I could be wrong, I will double check this when my colleague comes back, because he's here for the second day. I'm not actually here tomorrow, as I need to go back to work in the UK. So he will be able to tell you, but I believe they're not going to replay them, so I don't think they'll have time. But that could be wrong. So we'll wait for him to come through, and then I'll double check with you for that. As Safdar comes steaming in, And is a play and a miss to conclude her over. So 7 from it. Taking the score to 17 for the loss of no wicket. So a good start here for Sweden. Hopefully you're all enjoying this cricket that is being played. We've got the flags in the background, all blowing in the same direction, of course. It'd be odd if they didn't. But all up, flying proudly in Desert Springs here in Spain. As the ball has been crunched through the cover region, a slight misfield from Pooja in there, but it's chased down just for a single. Sorry, they came back for their second. So they came back for a 2. With Hussain continuing her spell. So as said before, please do get in touch if you'd like to ask anything or have a shout out for a favourite player. Wherever you are in the world watching, it'd be great to hear from you. As the Swedes run another single, totaling up their total. Not many dot balls thus far, which is very good to see from Sweden. This is one key thing that has been notified, is that there's been quite a few dot balls that have been faced. So if we can learn to rotate the strike, if we are struggling, the best way to go about your innings is to try and get the other end. Find a way, find your one. You don't want to get stuck. Anzi, I'm guessing you're Swedish. Great start, Sweden. Go Signe. It's great support that you have out in the world. Thank you so much for getting in touch. The girls and women definitely appreciate your support wherever you are. And that's the key. That's the key thing about this cricket, is that everyone gets the support. These girls are new to these kind of competitions, and they're only going to get better. The more they play, the more publicity they get, the better. Thank you, Enzi. You're making me smile, which is good. So I'm not too sure where my colleague has gone. It's very difficult doing this on your own. So it's great to hear from everybody. Thank you very much. As Super Signe is on strike, as Hussain runs up, right arm over, and it's a play and a miss. Very rare from Signe. Sees another dot ball to finish the end of the over. Oh, I've got Kartik saying go Norway. A little bit of a battle going on the comments box now. That's great to see the support for these teams. It's exactly what they need. Know that their countries and their nations are behind them, regardless of the sport. As said before, it's a privilege to play for your country, in whatever context that may be. I've never done it. I'd absolutely love to. I have in age group cricket. Been fortunate enough to put on a 3-line shirt in age group cricket, but these are playing for their nations in the women's game. Something that a lot of people in the world can't say that they've done for their country, regardless. So it's great to see all of the girls out there. Oh, I've got Norway. Go Sweden, go! Thank you. Keep getting in touch. If I can't banter with my colleague, I can banter with you. That's exactly what I want to see. So we've got Hassan, very, very talented player. She saw her earlier in the day with the bat as well, and she was caught out to that fantastic catch by Amy Brown Carrera, diving one-handed to her right. If you didn't see that, it's definitely worth watching. For everyone saying that the comments that obviously I won't comment on, but watch the skills that they are portraying in that area, and then you can make your comment. And that has been beautifully swept off of her feet towards deep backward square, quite far around backward square for 4. Signe starting well. It's a very good start for Sweden. And saying that, my colleague has arrived. And to be fair to him, he hasn't eaten all day, so he's gone to get his lunch. So feel free to have some food if you want. I'm talking to the wonderful world. But welcome back.
Thank you. I've had one bite, so I'll keep it at bay for about 15 minutes.
As that ball is hit again beautifully, races away to the fine leg boundary. That will tuttle its way over the boundary rope.
Do what?
Tuttle.
Tuttle? Is that a West Midlands word I've never heard before?
To be honest, I don't think I've ever heard of it before. You gotta keep it fresh, haven't you? If something can tuttle away. I don't know.
So I've got some average news and I've got some less than average news. Well,
I'm interested.
if you like game books, then it's good news, because I've got more hieroglyphics for us to follow. The Norway team. Got the tee changes for you.
Signe for a century. Come on. That's what we've had.
I can tell you that Ananya has kept her place in the team. Ananya Rautela. And Manur Akram, our specialist fine leg scuttler, she's also playing. Misbah Ifzal and Mirab Razwan are the 2 that have missed out from previous games. As we see, ultimately a well-flighted ball, which is left by Signe. She's very precise as she pronounces it. She has not tired since Thursday of pronouncing her name for me, and it's all without a hint of desperation in her voice as I've tried to nail down that pronunciation. Raksha Samip Jangir remains out of the side for Norway, so that's the average news. The less than average news is I haven't got a team sheet for Sweden. But
that has been struck. Long covers, but stopped by the foot of Hussein. Again, she's just everywhere. Whether it be foot, hand, body, bowling, batting, it always seems to be Hussein doing the job.
it's another wide. I have access to an electronic image of the Sweden team.
That has been skied. Oh,
It's Hina Hussein. I can't believe it.
Hina.
She always seems to be where she needs to be in the field, and in that instance she didn't quite get her hands there.
It's as though she turned her body slightly to the left, which may have meant that the sun might have been in eye line a little bit. But unfortunately, she was never looking like she was going to catch that. Hands were not in a correct position. So that gives the Swedes another lifeline. As that ball went for a single, should have been a wicket, went for a single. So an expensive over, 15 from it. Oh, and that is the first maximum of the tournament, and it is soared over the ropes. It has not just been a maximum, it has miles clean, hit superbly, and it is absolutely smashed over the ropes.
It's out of here. Just kind of came out of nowhere. Just glanced down, looked up to see the ball clearing the infield, and it just kept going over long leg. So we have our first tournament 6. That's a great moment. We've been looking forward to that. First of many, I hope.
Apologies for the signal keeps cutting in and out. But this is a fantastic start for Sweden. 44 for no loss of wickets after 5 overs, going into the final over of the power play. This is an excellent start from Signe Lundell, 20 off 17, and Rana, 19 off 15, both going at a very steady rate. And the ball has been cut beautifully by Lundell, as it's chased out to the deep, and the fielder batting pair come back for 2.
Team sheet is in the ether, making its way to us. It's in. It's in. Kanchan Rana, we can officially announce as the first 6-hitter of this tournament.
Amazing.
And in the context of 19 or 15 balls, you can tell why it was out of the blue, because she struggled a little bit for timing, but then there was suddenly that rifle crack off the bat, and we had that much awaited first 6 of the tournament.
As that ball is swung and a miss, and it's dot ball. One of very few that's happening out here today. A fantastic partnership for these girls. 46 as it stands currently. Ooh.
Sounded like an inside edge, and well, Signe looks like she's been playing this game a long time. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did.
There was a strange noise, went to the keeper's gloves, and the first thing she was just gardening the pitch for the next
Yeah,
ball.
exactly. It's always a thought.
Gardens of the Galaxy.
Gardens of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Cyborg version of Alan Titchmarsh. That's what I'm imagining.
People must think we are bonkers.
They wouldn't be far wrong.
They wouldn't, no. They would not at all. You gotta be excitable. I say excitable when you're commentating.
Got to bear in mind that by the time you hang up your microphone this evening, you'll have covered around about 18 hours of cricket in 2 days.
It's a good effort, that.
It's a lot of airtime.
It's a very good effort. I'll give myself a little pat on the back for that. I've absolutely loved every second of it, so thank you for having me.
Well, I didn't invite you. I mean, if
That's
I'd had
very
my
true.
way, frankly.
True.
No, it's been very good. Anyway, let's not sound finalistic. We're still in the power play of this first innings of the match.
True, still got a long way to go. And that is a wicket. We have had a catch taken at mid-off. So that is the end of Kanchan Rana, who's had a fantastic start to her game. Unfortunately, won't be able to continue, but she has helped her team reach 49 in the power play so far, scoring 19 of those runs with partner Signe Lundell, who's currently sitting nicely on 22 off 19. Very good striking, and is welcomed by an applause, a congratulatory hug from her teammates. It's always great to see. There should be, well, I had it down as one more ball to go. Again, could be wrong. I trust the men out in the middle. At least the scores are the same. Captain Kunjan coming out to bat in her cap, as she did yesterday. I said I quite like a cap. Makes it feel a lot more relaxed.
Yeah, days of yore.
We didn't see too much of Gunjan yesterday, unfortunately. What we did see wasn't particularly striking the ball as hard as what I know that her coach knows that she can do.
Yeah, and she got a good ball as well.
She did.
She helped it along because it was a sort of a full length ball, missing leg stump, and she managed to get the pads in the way, and it ricocheted onto the stumps from there. So she looked utterly dismayed as that happened. She probably felt it was more or less a leg stump half volley she should be putting away, and not only did she miss it, but she got precisely the right angle to get onto her stumps. In billiards, that would be a good shot. Cricket, not so good.
I'm going to use my word again. It tootled for a one.
Tootled.
Tootled. Definitely not a word in the English dictionary, but it is a word in the Theobrooks dictionary.
No, I think it is. Now I'm thinking.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, now.
Oh, someone could help me there.
But I've normally heard it in its gerund form, as in tootling along. Yeah, tootling's
Did I
definitely.
say tootle? Or almost said tootled? I think I said tootled.
You said tuttle the first time.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well,
Which
maybe I meant
think so.
tootled. I mean, I think that was some excellent footwork by the umpire. Not too sure.
Poor old Nilka. She's been in the wars,
He's
and now he's getting hit. I say poor old Nilka. She's comfortably the youngest umpire that we've had here in this tournament, and of course I include myself in that small section of umpiring. Oh dear! Well.
Don't use your feet. If she'd have picked that up cleanly with her hands,
Yeah,
I think that was a
that's
potential run
strange
out.
from Hina Hussain, because she loves the ball coming to her. All of a sudden, she's stuck out the boot to a fairly straightforward fielding effort. How would you like to spell tuttle?
I mean, if we're going with spelling it how we listen to it, so phonetically, I mean Tuttle.
Yeah, that's what I went
Tuttle.
for.
Tuttle.
It's only in capital letters on Wiktionary, which is my go-to website.
Holy moly!
It's a surname.
Fantastic.
It's a locality in Red Deer County, Alberta, Canada.
I knew that.
And a number of places in the United States. I won't go through them all. There are 5 of them. So
Do they run fast in Tuttle?
there's well.
Oh, that is an
Not that I'm aware
interesting delivery from Pooja Kumari, which will result into a free hit. And I've just been informed that my family are listening. My mum says hi, Andrew. Not too sure why, but but she does.
Because she's a woman of taste.
Yeah.
What's your mum's name? Because I can't say hi, mum. Obviously, I sound like Chris Tarrant on Phone a Friend on Who Wants to Be in Air. Please, can we edit out that last comment?
Yeah, please do.
Never thought I'd be on air sounding like Chris Tarrant.
Jennifer.
They're only easy as if you know the answer. Oh dear, I've done it again.
I know.
Hello, Jennifer. I hope you're well. I'm looking after Thea here.
He's not.
as much as one can. I'm sure you're aware of the difficulties of that, but yeah, we're having a good time here. I hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Yeah, I've got the family are all sat around listening, I believe, from the picture that they've just sent.
They've waited till your last match before they.
I know, yeah, before they told me that they were actually listening.
Well, they probably
they probably haven't been listening.
They probably thought we're going to have to listen to her before she goes off air, otherwise she'll never forgive us. Yeah. So they're tuning in for the last match. It's good to know.
Thank you very much, Holly, my sister.
Hello, Holly. I'm going to say hello to Holly, even though she hasn't said hello to me.
You may as well say hello to my dad because he'll be there as well. And his name's Alan. You may as well.
So I just got it because it's just such a great name. Hello, Alan.
My brother might feel left out there.
You're going to tell me you got about 17 siblings after
No, I've just got a brother now, Jordan. So you may as well do the whole family. He won't be listening though. As the ball's been knocked through the leg side to mid wicket, and they scamper through for a 1. Well, there you go, family. You've had your time on air.
Well, unless they say something interesting.
Well, I don't know. Let's have a look at the comment section. I told my sister to comment.
Just while you're looking that up, by the way, a tootle is described here as a soft toot sound.
I've stopped scoring. I can't cope.
Or colloquially, a trip or excursion. So you were definitely onto something. The ball was taking a little trip, a colloquial trip or excursion across the boundary.
Colloquial excursion.
I love a colloquial trip.
Don't we all? I'm so sorry to all the listeners out there who are tuning in and are relatively confused. We are 3 days in, to this tournament, and I have lost the plot.
Well, you've been helping me with my vocabulary in connection to women's cricket, which I'm very grateful for. And you've also, even outside the world of cricket, you've introduced expressions such as schoolgirl error to me.
Well, they're not boys, so it's pretty obvious, surely.
Just a number of times in my life I've said schoolboy error without considering
the gender.
It shows you how much time I spend talking to girls, really, doesn't it?
It's like saying man up, isn't it?
Not much. Yeah, man up.
Woman up. It just doesn't make sense.
There are others which I can't say on air, but yeah, now I feel we're you're teaching me into Western Midlands English. That's the category with the ball tuttling. Lovely image of a ball tuttling across the rope.
You'll use that now in commentary, I hope.
Why not? I wouldn't want to steal your ideas.
Oh, don't hit that. That's going to be close, and it is given.
Just felt so back shin, close to the ground. If the line was anything like, it was going to come up trumps. So Sing Ne has ended her innings, or has been ended for her by missing that straight ball, getting struck on the shin low down. She's played well though.
She has played well for a good 26. Again, helping her team get to 61 for 1 off 7. As our new batter comes marching in to the wicket. I'm looking forward to telling you who said batter is.
It's Rashmi.
Rashmi. She was striking the ball well today, as I remember.
I'm not going to shy off from a second name, or a second and third names. Ganjagunte Somashevaka. I'll try that again. Ganjagunte Somashevaka. We will largely refer to her as Rashmi just for time reasons. We're up against the light here. Don't want to use up all that time saying all her names. So Rashmi's come in. We've got one of those little crouches.
Crouching tiger.
Have you received the Sweden team sheet through the ether?
I have indeedy.
It's a bit slow in getting to us on this last match of the day. It's a long day for everybody. Ramia Imad is having a bowl, and that nearly bounces a second time. Not her best ball of the tournament.
And we finish with a dot. So 3 coming from it. Taking our total to 62.
Now, see, it won't surprise you that in the past I've been accused of commentating like an umpire.
No, surely not.
Yeah. So I'm relieved that you're commentating like a scorer, just to sort of redress the balance. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
It's a horrible expression, isn't it?
It's not the best, is it?
No, not if you're an animal lover.
No.
But
Which
yes,
I know you
agree.
are. Yeah.
I am indeed. I'm sure my puppy's living the dream at home.
Yeah, Mr. Blue Sky.
Exactly.
Just for those that weren't listening yesterday. Appropriate.
As that ball is launched in the air and then equally struck for 4.
Now, does Mr. Blue Sky live in Berkshire?
He does, but he's obviously with my parents at the moment.
Just for the weekend?
In the Midlands. Well, they've had him for a few days now. I think they got him on Thursday and are going to have him till about Thursday, Friday, because I've got training this week.
Are they coming down to you, or are you going up there?
I mean, we've not necessarily discussed this yet, so I imagine we'll try and meet halfway if we can. That will probably be the plan. We usually meet around the Swindon area.
Pub?
We could meet at a pub. That might not be a bad shout.
I do miss pubs.
I miss a Ribena. Do you reckon I could get a Ribena sent over to the table? No? Is that not?
I think you could. If anyone could achieve it, you could, I reckon.
I reckon I could. I could sweep my talk my way around a Ribena.
Yep.
I know Ola. That's about it. Oh, great little dive. Stick the left hand out. Pray it hits. As it did.
Speaking of Ola, did you enjoy our session of Spanish commentary earlier? 2 sessions we had in the end, with the 2 girls from the Spanish team. 2 stars.
I feel like
double player of the match.
I feel like I wasn't here, so I didn't hear it. I feel like you're trying to publicly embarrass me.
Well,
I went to see the scorers. I went to have a chat with some of the other teams.
I'm mixing up yesterday
crowds.
when you were just because you were speaking to the boys yesterday. When the 2 boys came to visit us, you were speaking to the other one while one was on air.
Well, it would have been rude not to.
And I thought you'd done the same with the girls, so my mistake.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that.
That's all right.
That is horrendous.
I thought you'd stood around and talked to the girls, but obviously you've already spoken to them, so there's no need.
I've spoken to Naomi a lot over the last couple of days, and I wanted to go and have a chat with the scorers to make sure that my information was aligned with theirs.
Okay.
So please retract that statement,
Okay.
or what you were trying to imply.
I've just
It's clearly hit a nerve.
I just noticed an inconsistency, that's all. I'm sure it's not down to it. I'm sure it's a pure coincidence.
Absolutely devastated.
Devastated. Devastated of King's Winsford. Did I get the right number of S's in there?
Potentially.
King's Winsford. One S too many, wasn't
How
it?
many did you get? How many did you say?
I said King's Winsford. It's King's
Oh no,
Winford, isn't it?
King Swin Ford.
King's Winford. Is that why you like meeting up in Swindon? Because it almost feels, feel a bit less homesick with the Swin in there?
Pretty much. Swin. I've just noticed that my sister has commented, but I will speak about that shortly.
Okay. Are you doing some mental editing?
I'm trying to there's so much going on.
Mental editing of what your sister has said.
Honestly, my head is spinning. So we have got.
And that's without the Ribena.
I think this is Amadi back on, isn't it, on the top end? Because we're still stuck. Yes, we've got Amadi on. got a lot of people now commenting on the YouTube comments that are from my life, which is amazing. So we've got my sister saying, watching from the West Midlands, great game and great commentary, thank you very much, Holly, not biased at all. And then Pete Jeans saying, Holly.
Hello. Hello, Pete Jeans. Now, is that a nickname or his actual name?
No, that's his name.
How does he spell his surname?
Jeynes.
Jeyens. Or
Nes.
Jeynes. I've never heard that surname before. That's a great surname.
There you go. Gino.
Another imaginative nickname. Along with Brooksy.
We're just as basic as each other. Sorry, Pete. But they're having a little conversation on the commentary now, which is lovely.
Do they know each other?
They do know each other.
Okay.
Very well.
But they're using a public forum to have a chat.
They are indeed.
Excellent. That's the modern world for you, isn't it? Gino, great song by another Birmingham group, Texas Midnight Runners. Great song.
Ledbury boy though, in Herefordshire, so not from Birmingham.
Well,
that is a special celebration. That is.
Well, do you know what? The appeal was very similar to the
It was.
celebration because the hopping from foot to foot was already going on. That's Imadi. Oh, I want to see this on the replay. Just look at this celebration.
I think the thing went up bar celebration. I mean, I would have probably done it. I'd have been swayed as an umpire. That's why I'm not an umpire. I'd have gone, yeah, you know what, you you deserve that for the celebration.
So you're suggesting a celeb appeal there, as it's known in the industry.
Celeb appeal. I think that was brilliant. This is why I love cricket. So much fun.
So much fun to be had in so many different ways with cricket.
Oh.
There's so many different nuances. You can just be in the field when it gets to the sort of mid period of that run chase. There's a bit of cat and mouse going on. There's so many aspects of cricket which are so much fun. Such a varied sport.
But that's it. And look how much the ladies are enjoying it out there. That is the special thing for this tournament. Everyone's absolutely loving it, regardless of anything that's happening. Like, there's so much pride to play for their country.
Yeah, that's what we're bringing you. We're bringing you pride and entertainment here in this pentagonal tournament, ICC 2020 Women's Internationals. These two teams from Scandinavia, along with the host Spain, Italy and Isle of Man being the other teams involved. Italy on top of the table and will remain so at the end of day 3. One more day to go. Bet you wish your schedule was different now, don't you?
I really do. I'm going to give a shout out to my boss. Can I stay another day? No, I've got to be back. Can't push my luck, can I?
Is it Dan, your boss?
It is Dan.
Do you think he's listening?
No, I don't.
Well, okay, in that case, don't take this wrong way, but do you think he's watching with the sound down?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
I don't think he would be. He's got a newborn baby girl who he'll probably be looking after. Actually, it's Sunday, isn't it, today?
Yep.
He'll be watching his wife play netball. That's exactly where my boss will be.
All day?
Well, majority of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Who does she play for?
Oh, I'm not too sure of the name of the team. Someone down south. I'm still learning.
South.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, you've only been a southerner since April, is that right?
Yeah, I still don't know anywhere around here. Loads of people commenting. Loving it.
Well, that's the end of the 9th over. Correction, 10th over. So halfway through this Sweden innings. And if Thea is to be trusted, which she is, we are on 73.
She says. We are on 73. Let's
Three.
from that. For 3.
So, wickets in hand. Often feel, with the way batting orders work, that 4 wickets down, you're about halfway through your resources. So, Sweden have got a platform here to accelerate in the second half of the innings, and who knows, they could even post the highest score of the tournament.
Well, they're looking in very good stead for it, especially with Captain Gujan Shukla in the middle. She looks like a different player today, striking the ball beautifully. 14 off 14. As she moves her feet towards the offside, looking at the wide line, but she did move quite far across. So I'm guessing why that was not called. As Pooja Kumari continues. I think there was an obvious obvious move out the way from Gunjan. Yeah, absolutely nothing, sir, I promise. She'll be disappointed. She's missing out here. Gunjan. It's a good start for Kumari. Four dots from it into a third over.
I'm just looking at the other Kumari, Bijieta Kumari, the wicketkeeper. There in her kit. Now, she's got...
Oh, it's been called a wide.
Now, in the main, Norway's kit is predominantly blue with a little bit of red piping to show the 2 main colours of their flag. There's some white on there as well to show the third colour. But with Bijetti's bright yellow gloves, it almost looks like she's playing for the opposition. Because the colours of the Swedish flag are very easy for most people around the world to remember because of what a certain company.
IKEA.
Well,
the wonderful everyday.
The wonderful everyday. But
I like IKEA. Can you tell?
When you can see the back of we all love. Let's not be snobby about it. We all love a trip to IKEA.
We all love IKEA.
Especially when you move into a new place. You just think, I just need some details. IKEA is great for that. But yeah, just as you see her walking down the pitch there, displaying the back of her gloves, she almost looks like she's in Swedish colours, but they are nicely offset by some very bright red pads.
Well, they've got a red trim round their bottom of the sleeves and their collar.
Yep.
So they have got red there somewhere.
No, they're all wearing red.
So that's good.
They're all wearing red, but it's a predominantly blue kit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whereas their flag is predominantly red, oddly. Red with aspects of blue.
You'd probably go navy pads, wouldn't you?
No, I think.
Do you like the red?
Yeah, she's fighting back for the red.
Okay, fair
she's
enough.
Fighting back for the predominance of red in the flag.
Fair enough.
But then, oddly, the inners of her gloves are green, which rather spoils the whole effect. Italy, the only nation in this tournament that have green in their flag.
Maybe we need to get onto the sponsors of who makes her gloves. Get her a custom pair.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be amazing.
So she could have bright red gloves with the blue inner part. That would be really good, wouldn't it?
That'd be cool. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. We just need.
You just mentioned our sponsors, of course.
Of course.
We don't mention them quite enough on air. All in One are the sponsors of this coverage, being brought to you via Audio Visuales Murcia on the Cricket España website. I'm quite glad that one wasn't given how far the striker was down the pitch. We've also got a kit sponsor. When I say kit sponsor, the host team kit, or the host squad kit, the Cricket España kit, is supplied by Grizzly Bear Sports. who have also supplied the kit for the umpires, who look very smart in this tournament. They've got the black with the red inserts. And I was reminded in the Crocodile Club last night, they have also sponsored the match balls for this tournament, so everyone's very grateful to Grizzly Bear Sports. Thanks for your support of this tournament.
They've done your kit as well, haven't they? The umpire's kit.
Yeah.
Lovely. Nice black, nice and smart, slick. Like they say, black's always slimming. Well, you'll see me in majority of black.
So there's only so much that I can do in that regard.
Don't be silly.
But I have got black on today, top half anyway. Ramya Imadi continues. Crocodile Club end with what I suspect is a wide.
How's the juice here?
I prefer. It's lasted a long time, considering it's my favourite.
Oh, must be quite
Orange.
warm.
Zumo de naranja.
Is that how you say orange juice?
Yeah.
Smooth orange juice.
Zumo de naranja.
Zumo de naranja.
Did you think I said smooth though?
Well, I thought he could have meant smooth.
No, zumo is juice.
So how do I say the final word? Naranja.
Naranja. Mhm.
So a J's a ha. Zumo de naranja.
Mhm.
Ah, there you go.
There you go. Naranja, bizarrely one of the few words that my mother knows in Spanish. Always has done, as far as I can remember. I'm not sure why.
I'm trying my absolute hardest.
Orange isn't the most common word in most languages.
As that over takes us up to 80. 80 for 3 off of the 12th. So slowed the run rate way down after the opening partnership of 41, I think it was.
Imali
I should know.
Jayasuriya hasn't been in long.
49, sorry.
She chewed up a few balls and now she goes for something a bit more expensive. Misses and is bowled off stump.
So Kamari's last over. Pooja Kamari into her 4th. Bowl 4 on the bounce.
Yeah, we haven't seen that often in this tournament.
We haven't, no.
Lots of chopping. Our teams do it differently. Italy have tended to leave their openers on.
Well, her first over was her most expensive, going for 10, and then it's gradually got better. So as the way the pattern is falling, this over will only go for 1, because the first one was 10,
Right.
then 7,
Yep.
then 4, minusing my favourite number, 3.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
So just in case you're unsure, and then I mean she's got 1, which was at the start of the over. So if she dots up for the next 4, that is that's a beautiful sequence.
Statistician's heaven.
For the mathematicians and statisticians amongst us all. Again, do love a bit of maths. I'd say that's my second subject.
After cricket?
After physical education in the education sector. Thank you very much.
Forgive me, you're an all-rounder.
Oh, I do it all. I'm still working on cricket. I'd say cricket's my third. Done it the longest. Probably know the least. Nah. This is why I love cricket. It's full of maths, full of numbers. It's sport and numbers. Oh,
Iman
that's disappointing.
Asim. Well, that didn't spot that bounced twice, but it seemed that appears to be, unless it pitched off the pitch. Is that perhaps what happened there?
Potentially. It also did bounce quite a few times as the free hit is hit over the head of short fine, or more 45.
Yes.
And that's ran away for 4.
Yep, Syra Ifzal, one of the shorter members of the team. That was too high for her. Well put away. Good dealing of the free hit. I mentioned Nick Knight about 20 minutes ago. Didn't ever get around to finishing that story. Of course, he's famous in the first season of 2020 cricket domestically, 2003. Facing for the first time in his career a free hit. Couldn't quite decide what shot to play, so he left it. And his colleagues still remind him in the commentary box.
I bet.
I think almost merely by commentating, Nick Knight is putting himself up for that story to be repeated.
Time and time again.
Whenever he talks about tactics, particularly from the batters, he's almost opening the door for someone to say, well, of course, if it was a free hit, Nick, you'd leave it. And I did have one of those yesterday when I was out there, so I instantly thought of Nick Knight. I imagine it was similar. The one I had out there, it actually swung in quite late. It looked like it was going to be a wide, so the batter thinks, well, I'll just leave this for a wide and I'll get another chance at the free hit. And then it swung in late, inside the tram lines. And you've done a Nick Knight.
You've done a Nick Knight.
Man of Essex, of course, Nick Knight, but very much Warwickshire through his cricket connections these days. Spent about the last 2/3 of his career at Warwickshire. Scored stacks of runs when he wasn't on England duty. Good, appealing left-hand batter to watch. Scored a lot of runs in the point to mid-off region, as a lot of left-handers do. Another man who played more one-day internationals, became more of a white ball specialist for England, played exactly 100 one-day internationals. Once scored 2 centuries in a weekend when in the days when they played back-to-back one-day internationals. And having opened for England for about 2 years, he was made 12th man on the eve of a World Cup, which he also still talks about, particularly when he's in the commentary box with Nasser Hussain, who was the captain who dropped him. Got a change of bowling now.
It's Ramya Ifzal coming to the attack.
I think it's
I
Syra,
believe.
actually.
Is it Syra? Have I just read the wrong name?
Yeah.
I've read the right surname, the wrong first name. Sorry.
Yep.
Syra, I did. Yeah, I got the surname, and then I can't read in a straight line apparently.
Yeah. In fact, the other Ifzal's not playing, so that's twice you've done that today.
I've done well.
Yeah.
Done very well
Twice
today.
you've looked to bring players in. Happens the last.
No, I said Ramya. Ramya's in.
No,
Oh, I didn't look at this
what
one.
I meant was
went
there were
here
two
and
Ifzals.
there. Oh right, sorry, with you. I was going to say.
Ramya's definitely playing because she's bowled.
Yeah, definitely.
I was in Jersey back in August. My commentator was. Well, I let it go once, but when the second time he demanded that a bowler be brought into the attack, I had to point out that he wasn't in the 11. It's never a great moment, but I couldn't let him say it all afternoon, could I? That's a leg side wide. Syra here mentioned in the previous over when the 4 was hit over her head. Have I just seen a free hit signalled there? Was did that pitch off the pitch perhaps?
Is that called a no ball, was it?
I thought I saw a free hit being signalled.
It's down as a wide on our screens.
Okay.
So, but I don't know. We may both have missed it.
I may have seen something else. Maybe. Well, it doesn't look like it was a free hit, judging by the shot. May have been that Mark Chappell is being as annoyed by the flies out there as we are over here. Maybe he was waving one away. On the subject of free hit signals, it's as recently as January I did my first ever televised match as an umpire, and the next day when I reviewed it, because I could, I was appalled at my free hit signals. No, I imagine that I imagine I was drawing a big circle and looked pathetic on
They're
television.
really tiny.
So ever since then, yeah. Well, you said I was looking to
Waft yourself away.
take off yesterday with a number of free hits. Free hit which got extended for about 4 balls. So yeah, part of that is that the free hit signal's not as big as you think it. It doesn't look to others as big as you think it is in your head when you're doing it. Put it that way.
And another wide is bowled. It's not going particularly well for Sura Ifsal at the moment.
Yeah, she could be testing out the capacity of our screen graphics here. She's run up 5 times in this over and then delivered 1 legal delivery.
I'm running out of room in my little box on my my makeshift school book. As that's whipped away around the corner, but again misfielded by Hussain.
Wow, maybe she's worn herself out with all the running around.
I mean, it's the 3rd day on the bounce for Norway. It's their 4th game. They've played a lot of cricket in the last 3 days. I'd be tired. I'm tired. Just sat down.
Their 4th game.
Yeah, it's their 4th, isn't it?
That's slightly strange, isn't it? That means they haven't got a game tomorrow.
They mustn't. But why would that be?
It would be because of the reordering of the games, because of the 2 games we lost. Yeah, so it's a bit unfortunate for Norway that they've got through their 4 games before the last day, because they would have been hoping in the original format to have finished in the top 4 and then played 3rd, 4th playoff, or even 1st, 2nd playoff on the last day. But because of the rejigging of the matches, it means that they're now playing their 4th match, and that will be it for Norway after this one. So they'll be even keener to put in a good performance, and they're keeping Sweden at bay. They haven't completely broken free of the shackles. Now I'm going to mention it, and it's slightly, but only slightly less important, but if our eyes aren't deceiving me, I think Syra is actually jumping off the wrong foot, which is not helping her momentum through the crease. Actually slightly concealed by the umpire there.
There's 2 balls still left to go in this over. It's been a long over for Ifsal. As she comes in, left arm round the wicket.
Oh, that footwork looked better. I think she might just have messed up her footwork in 1 ball of the over. We are obscured by the umpire. We can't quite see which foot she's taking off from. Being left arm round, should be taking off from her right foot. Let's see if we can count them on this ball.
I think she's doing fine.
Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh, that's fine.
And that's been bowled significantly high over the head of Gunjan, and she's hit that away for 4. Unfortunately, that is a no ball, so we'll have to be bowled again as a free hit.
You've just promoted Hina Hussain, whose head that ball went over. You just promoted her briefly to captain. They are quite similar.
Captain Gunjan.
Hey?
Is that Gunjan?
Yeah, that was actually went over Hina Hussain's head. They do look.
But Gunjan hit it.
I'm with you now. I've actually got the wrong teams. I thought you said it went over Gunjan's head.
Oh no.
It's been a long day.
Don't worry, it's not. It's definitely many mistakes I've made today.
Hina Hussain was the fielder. I think we can say that. And Gunjan Shukla was the one who hit the ball.
18 runs has come from that 1 over. That's an incredible amount. I don't think I'll ever get my scorecard the same as the scorers. Who knows who's going to be in the wrong there, but we have to go by theirs.
What have you got then?
I've got 106.
Well, so it's even. So you've had one extra both innings so far.
I've had one extra for three different games, three different innings.
In this match it's about each innings you've had one extra, right?
Yeah.
So it's at least it's consistent. It's not favouring either of the teams.
No, not at all.
So we're going to have captain to captain for the next ball because Farial is back on. Farial Zia. Right arm over.
Excellent spirit, Ariel.
And
what a
she's got
change!
a wicket. Yep, she's got through her opposing captain's defences. Well, not quite defensive. She was looking to work the ball away into the leg side. Missed, and is bowled. And
that's Sienna, I think, walking to the crease.
Sienna came in at 3 yesterday. Got a first bowler. She's been shuffled down the order a little bit today.
A few nerves, I imagine, as she walks out to the middle. You never want to.
Well, I mean, in terms of a weekend, it would be a king pair.
We're king pair, queen pair.
Oh no!
I'm absolutely taking the mick.
Okay, is that one allowed then? Is it?
I imagine so. I've definitely never heard of a queen pair.
No.
So,
Well, not,
I
in
mean,
not in a cricket context, anyway.
well, definitely. Unless there's two queens together at some point, that would be my queen pair. But
There you go.
that would be about
that's
it. I
just
think that's
wondering.
hit off the pad again, actually.
As an aside, I've got a friend who's at Queen's Counsel,
Ooh.
or who was. And I think he's been one for so long. That expression has been used for so long. It's calling someone of that legal fraternity a King's Counsel is going to take some getting used to, isn't
of
it?
course. Just singing "God Save Our King." It's odd.
On His Majesty's service on envelopes.
He's going to be on the coins. I don't want the Queen to
Well, you've been in
disappear.
England. You've been in England. Have you not seen any money with his face on it yet?
Not yet. Well, the coronation is. Oh, am I right in thinking it's in May? I think
Yeah.
it's another bank holiday in May. I think it's the week after the first bank holiday.
Are they having 3 bank holidays in May then? Are they?
Yeah, something stupid like that.
Okay.
So I think it. Oh, am I right thinking?
But I don't. They're not
What
going to
date
wait
is
till the
it?
coronation before they bring the currency out.
Probably
That I do
not.
know. I think
No, probably
I think
not.
it's in circulation. It's just it does take money. Yeah, it has to change hands to get around everyone.
I don't want that to happen. No disrespect to the king. Oh, I just love the Queen. I think she's incredible. I need to keep scoring, otherwise I'm going to get this wrong. So it will be, and I should know this. So I believe the coronation is on the 6th of May.
Yep,
And
sounds
then
familiar.
The bank holiday will be on the 8th, which is actually my mother's birthday.
Lovely. Wide
Lovely.
ball there.
Oh, look at you fluttering the Queen in my
Yeah.
face.
I like to leave the UK with a note, some
It's a fancy note as well, that
note
isn't
money.
it? It's a fancy little
just
note, that.
just in case I come back into the country.
I won't tell
in an
anyone how much it
emergency.
is. Wish I had some more of those notes.
It's nothing to be proud of. So I always find that people who carry that size of note are not of
Flaunting.
the
No.
most popular professions, perhaps.
So why do you have one?
Because, yeah,
You in a not so popular profession.
or cricket coach. I think I got that through cricket coaching. So that's why we're not saying the amount, because
Good.
I'll be a taxman listening somewhere. Of course, I'll be declaring all cash earnings from coaching in full.
Of course. As we have a slide down at 3rd. Oh, can hear myself again now as I adjust my microphone. Sliding stop down at 3rd. for, I believe, was it 3 more added to the total because of those 2 runs and the additional extra from the wide. So again, looking at being a slightly expensive over for the captain, for the skipper, as the ball is struck firmly back at her, and I think might have clocked her on the knee.
Oh,
shake it off.
Shake
it off.
That's shock value. In 5 seconds she'll be fine.
Give it a rub, shake it off. Do what you need to do.
That's amazing when you get on the knee. It's a shock pain, very severe and quick, but it's gone in no time.
Oh, giving her a little.
Bit like it's like a needle when they take your blood, isn't it? It's a very sharp pain. It's very brief and it's gone.
I'm scared of needles. So.
Well, I don't think many people like them unless it's a weird interest. I have to look the other way, I'll admit. Can't watch it going in.
Oh no.
No. Well, Hina Hussein's come on to bowl from the Crocodile Club end. Been practicing that. It's getting better, the Crocodile Club. I'm pausing less before I'm saying it.
Don't want to get that wrong, do you?
Well, I did mention it in the bit of Spanish commentary this afternoon by its original name.
Go on.
Club Cocodrilo.
Club Cocodrilo?
Cocodrilo, yeah. The thing is, the R moves.
Cocodrilo.
Cocodrilo.
Oh, cocodrilo.
So the R moves in Spanish from where you got it in English. I mean, it moves 2 syllables. I've got another. Well, Sienna hasn't had the weekend with the bat that she would want. Sienna Linden. She did at least get off the mark this afternoon. But return of 1 run in 2 innings will be way beyond expectations. She's gone marching straight down the pitch to talk to her partner, which has been a bit of a pattern from the weekend.
Why not have a chat? Could let her know. She's not faced her before. Skidding on.
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
She's gone to speak to the existing batting partner.
Oh no, that's what I mean.
Not the incoming. Oh, I see.
Oh no, but she could have just said.
Passed on the information.
Just so you know.
Yeah, okay.
It's not bounced.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I'm taking a guess. We can have a chat to them. Sienna was lovely when she came here yesterday.
Yeah, and she has told me, I spoke to her briefly before this match on my way past. She promised me that she will be back, Terminator style. But slight challenges. They're the ones tomorrow with 2 matches. This is why it's a little bit unfortunate how it's panned out with the cancellations on the first day, is that Norway have got no matches and Sweden have got 2. The naughties are back again with interference.
I get excited when I hear it. I'm like, oh, it's definitely not me.
No, I used to think back in the naughties. Oh, I'm getting a message because you didn't get many in those days. Someone sending me a message. It was actually quite nice. Now you think, oh,
It was your mum.
and now, well, that's nice as well. And now you think, oh, something else.
What have I done?
Something else to do.
I know.
Some other task that I've got to complete. Of course,
It's about right.
these days you can do almost everything on your mobile, can't you? To deal with your affairs,
Can.
your calendar, your work.
Your whole life is on your
Bank.
phone.
Yeah, it's all there, in the palm of your hand. Good. The good outweighs the bad, in my opinion.
For sure. If used correctly, phones can be a wonderful thing. And that takes us to the end of the 16th over. 115 for 6.
Yep, and our favourite mononym is coming onto bowl, Lopamudra.
Lupa. That's what she's got on the back of her shirt. Lupa.
Lopa.
It sounds like.
Maybe she feels like she'd like to have 2 names, Lopa Mudra.
Lopa Lopa Mudra.
Yeah.
What's in a particular country, I think, is it Greece or something? They cheers and they say something that sounds similar to Lopa, like Lopa. Do you see? Are you with me?
Well,
What is
in
it?
some Spanish-speaking countries, they say "opa."
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Opa,
Well,
yeah.
that should be it should be it with
Or
just the added L.
Or "epa" sometimes.
Lopa.
Opa.
I'd say that every time I saw her. I'm going to call her Lopa.
Did you ever watch 2.5 Men?
I did.
I remember an episode where Alan Harper is obviously trying to scrounge something off Walden. And he says, "Oppa!" and Walden says, "Nopa!" So whenever I hear "Oppa," it makes me think of that scene.
I've not seen that for years.
No, I haven't either.
Well, I feel like it's not been on telly, but it might have been.
Well, it would have
for a long time.
2015 was when it finished.
2015.
Yeah, I know. It's gone quickly.
Wow.
But it was on repeat a lot in Argentina for a while.
Of course.
Won a channel. One of my favourites. If not if not the favourite when I'm in Argentina.
Been told a lot of good things about Argentina. One of my brother's favourite countries to visit, he said. In Buenos Aires.
Is your brother interested in cricket?
He is. He used to play. He's more of a rugby player. But
didn't get involved in any cricket in Buenos Aires?
No, he wouldn't have done. He was out there travelling. Went out with his business partner, I believe.
On a fact-finding mission, or they get on very well socially?
Yeah, get on very well socially. I believe his business partner is going to be one of the best men at his wedding.
He's got more than one best man?
He does, he's got 2.
Okay. There are nuptials in the air in your family?
There are. And my sister gets married in December next year. Got 2 weddings, 2 family weddings.
2 family weddings in 2023?
Indeed. Well, for immediate family, and then I got a cousin in October 23. Getting married.
You're going to have time for cricket?
Oh yeah, of course I will. One's June, one's October, one's December.
Okay, so only the June one might get in the way of cricket then.
Well, that's my brother's, so it won't get in the way of anything, I reckon. That's going to be last day of school term.
Oh, that's nice of him.
It's kind of in the way of work, I guess.
Has Jennifer got her hat yet?
I doubt it. A fascinator. I very much doubt it.
Oh, is she a fan of the Fascinator?
I have no idea. I'm sure she's listening in. So, Mum, you can probably tell us. Just give her your text. Are you a fan of a fascinator? Or are you going to go for a hat?
Always makes me think of Beatrice and Eugenie at William and Kate's wedding. 2 of them lined up with their fascinators.
I'm sure she'll be listening intently.
Which one, Beatrice or Eugenie?
Either.
So Hina Hussain is continuing again from the Crocodile Club end.
See, she's texted in. I knew she would be. Definitely not, was the response.
She definitely hasn't got a hat, or she definitely won't be.
Probably definitely not wearing a hat or fascinator.
Well, she won't wear a hat at all.
I don't know.
Is Jennifer not a hat wearer? Not a head.
I've never. I mean,
a bit like myself, not a headgear person.
I've never really seen her wear anything on her head. The odd cap, I guess. When she's out in the sunshine watching me play cricket, she'll wear a cap. But I doubt that she'll wear a cap to a wedding. I mean, she could. Might be quite rogue, but
Yeah, That's an interesting. That would be an interesting look.
Cap and her Oakley sunglasses. That wouldn't put it past her. That's a lovely strike down to mid-on. But she's typing away. No hats. No.
Okay.
She's happy without a hat. Not a traditionalist, my mother. Keep going a little bit of in and out signal on the stream. So apologies. The ball was picked up cleanly. She might have been in trouble there, but fortunately the batters went quite quickly. Good communication from the two Swedes. Did you ever listen to the song that Anton Deck did about the football? I can't remember what it's called. And they talk about Sven Goran Eriksson. They say, "We found a super Swede." Remember that song?
I don't.
That's all I can think about was when I'm watching Sweden. We found our super Swede. No?
Yeah, of course. No.
Oh dear.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, back to my scorer.
Were they
3 singles off.
Were they in the guise of PJ and Duncan when they did it? Or were they beyond the PJ and Duncan days?
I'm not too sure.
Now, I've got a very, very rudimentary light test to try and work out whether we're going to get a chance of getting through this match today.
Go on.
I remember when the first innings of the last match finished yesterday, the shadow of our commentary booth was just about touching the boundary rope.
Oh, okay.
And we've now got, I would say, at the moment we've got about 2.5 feet of space between shadow and boundary rope.
We're okay.
Just about. Well, we're okay in comparison to yesterday, but we could have done with ideally 6 or 7 overs of breathing space to get through the matches today, because the last couple of overs at least were in pretty difficult conditions even for us to watch it. There's all the chance of a catch there, but maybe sensibly saving the teeth, staying back. Ramya Imadi there.
Been hit cleanly as Hassan runs into bowl down the left side, but good attempt. That's what we want. Good attempt at a swing.
Yep.
And although she's missed it, it's still a wide. If she'd have hit it, it'd have gone straight down towards deep backward square for 4.
We think.
We think. Somewhere in that region, I imagine. As she's found the gap over the head of cover, racing away to the boundary, and that will be 4 runs.
And you can see the shadow that we were talking about. That's great. So you can see the distance between the shadow of our... I'll carry on calling it commentary suite. No matter how basic it looks. It's looked after us well. Hasn't kept out the flies, that would be my only criticism.
No.
And doesn't really allow 2 of us to watch the TV monitor either.
I can't see the TV monitor at the moment anyway, in the glare.
At the most, one of us seem to be able to watch it at a time, but my feeling is we're going to get the sunset.
That's good running in the middle there by Asim and Vaidere. Is that how you pronounce it? Vaidere? I keep looking at it thinking Vader, like Darth Vader.
Saw Darth Vader in a pub in Biggin Hill once.
Of course you did. What, as in a guy dressed up, or James Earl Jones?
Well, of course, I think it was the first franchise character ever to be in 3 guises.
Yes.
The body inside the suit, the voice, and the face.
Of course.
Spoiler alert, you get to see Darth Vader's face in one episode.
I've never seen it. I heard your hand hit the deck quite hard then. I don't know if that's purposeful or not.
No.
In a shame.
No, not at all.
That's alright then.
No requirement to watch nerd stuff from anybody, even if it's enjoyable nerd stuff. Yeah, I'd say Vadia.
Vadia.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to look at my electronic team sheet because I couldn't see the screen at all, but the sun's gone up behind a bit of wispy cloud. It's just afforded me a view. Anya Vadia. Anya, of course, who was lined up to come and see us yesterday when they were whisked away for their team meeting. We haven't seen them since. Must have been a very long team meeting. But just on my way past today, we don't get much of a break, but she was telling me about a little bit more about Albi Zalmi, so hopefully she'll have time to come in tomorrow, although they have got 2 games. Hope she'll come in tomorrow and let us know a little bit more about Albi Zalmi, whose men's team won their group in the European Cricket League back in the spring. And that's
she's got a
victim for Arisha. She's set a plum, takes a wicket, turns around, casually takes her cap off the umpire. She's happy with her work. Another straight ball. And we're going to go into the last over with the score on 134. Well, Elsa's come on to the field with a drink. She's even given the umpire a drink. Isn't that nice?
That's very kind.
Only slight black markers. Look like she ran straight down the middle of the pitch, but again, this is a learning experience.
Learning experience for all.
Elsa Telander clearly told me on the first day while we were waiting for the drying out procedure. Was one of the Swedish players who told me that English is her first language, but she appears to have a Scandinavian surname, and she's qualified to play for them, otherwise she wouldn't be able to run the drinks on. So it'll be interesting to hear her story. I think that's a drop behind. Unless my ears deceive me.
And as she has done throughout this tournament, Captain Farial Safdar is taking the final over of the game.
And it's Megana Aragunula who's coming at the non-striker's end.
And that won't be considered a no ball because the batter Asim has charged her significantly, so she's actually ran into the path of the ball. So although it went way above waist height, she was a good significant few feet down the wicket.
Yep, so just to clear that, would have passed. I mean, you need to have a crystal ball a little bit as an umpire sometimes. The path of the ball and speed of the ball would have taken it below waist height by the time it reached the popping crease, and the batter was well in advance of that.
And it helped that the ball actually bounced just before the start.
Yeah, there was a clue there as well.
What you do as an umpire, it's a skill to have. Then you got TV cameras to tell you nowadays. That is a beautiful strike of the ball from Asim.
You know what you need very occasionally as an umpire as well?
Go on.
Ability to be a lucky guesser.
Yes.
Because I promise you there are occasions, and thankfully they don't come along too often, where you just don't know. That is a lovely stroke. Isan Asim means the target will be at least 140. That means the target will be over 7 runs per over. And given the tournament Norway have had so far, this is going to be a tough ask. Meanwhile, Shadow Watch. Looks like it's going to be short of the boundary rope at the end of the innings, which gives us hope of getting through the match.
We've got the groundsman ready to go on his buggy at the far end of the ground, so he'll be on as soon as this ball has been bowled, I assume.
hope he waits till the ball's dead. He looks so poised.
He'll time it.
He's probably, I think he's got one of those counters. He's counting the balls.
Probably not. I'll be impressed if he did. Where's this going to go? Final ball of the innings is driven
Wow, that's a glorious shot.
through extra cover.
Where's she been hiding? It's a glorious cover drive.
And that has been stopped beautifully on the boundary. That was a fantastic bit of fielding.
Cricket's so far the winner. They're going to go for a fourth, which I actually think was the right decision.
Why not?
Why not?
There could be a fumble. The throw could have been poor. Always go for that last run. Don't be disheartened with that. You never know what could happen.
Ball's only in the circle.
So they'll still get the 3.
Peter Scott is already on the ground, just to confirm. As soon as that finger went up, he was out. Wasting no time. He'll have his paint to do the crease lines, crease markings. He's got his shovel. He's got his brush. Yes, I mentioned that head groundsman here is a little bit poorly. He's been signed off for a couple of days, and Peter has stood in magnificently.
Couldn't agree more.
So, once again, I'm going to let you go through the statistics. I'm going to go old-fashioned. I'm going to copy the entire Sweden team out into my notebook with shirt numbers. I'll leave you to do the summary of the statistics, just to confirm that well, they've completed 3 off that ball. Our stats haven't updated yet, but we believe that the Sweden score is 143, and that's confirmed on the scoreboard. So 144 to win. You're a lover of squares and square roots.
Gives me a little bit of time to prepare my scorebook for the next innings.
Okay, and I'll do
my final innings
with the team sheet. Oh, keep being final.
I know, it's horrible.
We don't want to lose you.
I don't want to go. Fortunately, my flight is already paid for, and my car is only valid till tomorrow.
Yeah, those restrictions, pesky restrictions.
A lot of restrictions. But this is giving me a little bit of time.
Yep, the Swedish team are already out there doing their bowling warm-ups. Just seen Sophie have a bowl. Didn't see her with the bat today.
exciting. It's when I can hear my own voice. Like, we're back. With the final innings of the day between the Scandinavian clash between Norway and Sweden. Earlier, Sweden posted 143 in their 20 overs, and Norway, their top score of the tournament so far is 80, so it's going to be a difficult chase down for them. However, not impossible. Let's see how they get on.
Well, they're on their way with run off that wide. I borrowed your pen while you were away, and I just love the fact it's one of those pens where you've got the 4 clickers down the side to choose a colour.
Oh yeah.
And not one of them was normal. Not one of them was a normal pen colour. I like that.
Define normal. Or common. A
Well,
commonly
blue-
used pen colour.
Blue and black, obviously, and then perhaps red and green.
I do have one of those that's in the same format. I just don't have it with me.
Green being the least normal of those 4, I would suggest.
Ooh, depends if you're a teacher. I tend to use green a lot as a teacher.
What does green denote?
I quite like marking in green. However, I've also steered from that a little bit when I did, because if I'm right in thinking, some people are colourblind, and green is a colour in which people struggle with when they're colourblind. That is a potential. I like to mark in a colour. I don't like marking in red. You try to steer clear from red. Very negative. Usually deemed if you've done something wrong.
It sounds like you're shouting.
I know. It's like, no, you are incorrect.
Anyway, Aisha Hassan, who in the tournament was batting 3, has been promoted to open. And she's out there with Kumari Pooja. And they got through that first over pretty quickly. Too quickly for the graphics. We're still on 4 balls. How many balls have you got?
I had 5.
Have you still
It's all going well.
have you got them in the same sequences on the screen?
So wide 1 dot 2 wides dot dot wide dot was the last ball,
Yeah.
but I had still one more to come. Anyway, by the by.
I think the scorers did too, so we might have had a 5 ball over there. It seemed unnaturally quick despite the wides. Himali Jayasuriya is opening the bowling from the Bera end.
So the coverage is still slightly behind from the last over, because Kumari is on strike at the moment. Seems to be minimal footwork there from Pooja Kumari. Just prodding away at the ball outside her off stump. As the graphics have now changed.
Wide ball, signalled by Nilkesh Patel. Nilkesh still protecting that sore throat by not having a radio, and also sticking the extra jacket on for the last innings of the day. He knows what it's like here once the sun goes behind that mountain.
My jacket's come straight on.
I'm still braving it.
No, I can't. The wind's picked up too much. My back's quite sore now. As
Yeah.
I scamper through for a single.
Is it my imagination here, or are Sweden noticeably rushing through their overs? Well, it's not going to work because the Aisha needs to take guard. She has a right to do that, but I get an impression that they've been told the facts. Rightly or wrongly, they've probably been told they've got about an hour to bowl the Rovers. And they appear to be rattling through them.
The extras that'll make the difference here, I think, in terms of timings. As the umpires look at each other quizzically, arms are being raised, not too sure
Yeah, I never
why
liked
there
that.
wasn't a call there.
Never liked that reaction from a striker. Never liked that body language. It's continuing. And was that a double bouncer? I think maybe Mark Chappell's just explaining if it was. He seems to be explaining the law, so he could well be explaining that the second bounce came after the popping crease, or I could be talking complete rubbish.
It's hard for us to see from this angle, so we'll never know. However,
Well, we would know if we got a replay, but
well, yeah,
not a major event in the game.
got Sienna into the attack.
She's come on and she's bowled. Yep, she's bowled a high full toss, and oh, this is it. It's been given. This is again. This is yeah. I just love this for cricket.
Oh, did you see the replay?
So I didn't. Kumari Pooja has seen the umpire at striker's end, put his palms to the floor. She's seen the finger of the bowler's end umpire go up, and she's still standing there, looking desperately for someone to agree with her.
Yeah,
It was a marginal call, but I think they got it quite right. To my mind, it was probably just coming down to hit her on the hip, and the last time I checked, the hip is below the waist.
well, she's definitely asking her teammates on the side, which most of us do. Oh, the bat has gone.
Oh no!
Oh dear!
No, that's a trip to the headmaster's office
No.
or headmistress. Head teacher, sorry, I should get it absolutely right. Head teacher's office. They call them
Yeah.
directors in other countries, don't they?
It's interesting actually, and I've never thought about this, but at our school we have a senior master who's a female,
Right.
and we don't call her senior mistress. That's actually really interesting. So we have a master in the head teacher. We have a senior master, but she's female.
I suppose if you get an MA, you get a Master of Arts. You don't get a Mistress of Arts, do you?
And there's that. Who knows? We could look into so many different terms.
Oh,
I thought that was a cow.
So did I. Don't know if you heard that coming out of the middle after. This is my 4th tournament at Desert Springs in my life, and it's actually scramble bikes. I don't know if that's the official term.
Scrambler, yeah.
Yeah, a scrambler has appeared. There's some, I'm told there's some major works going, and as you look at your screen here, down sort of in the sort of third man region, there are some major works going on outside the resort. I'm reliably informed it's a high-speed railway from Madrid that's going in, and there's a lot of earth moving going on during the week, and once they finish during the week or at the weekend, you tend to get what they seem to create with all the earth moving is a haven for scramblers to get out, but maybe it was too hot earlier in the day to do it, but we just out of nowhere we've just heard one rev up, and it did sound very much like a cow.
I've also noticed a few stray
Oh,
dogs.
what?
That's a definite no ball.
Now, I wonder if Pujari is listening to that one. Sorry, Pooja Kumari is watching that one. That was a very different type of full toss. Sienna's completely lost the control there. So let's have a look at Sienna's bowling action. See what we think, because the basics seem quite good to me. She's got a balanced approach. Nice high action.
Oh, what are they going to do here? That is the
Yeah.
question.
Well, I didn't see all the warnings go around, and they seem quite wide of the stumps and unthreatening, these, and that seems to be the approach that the umpires are taking in this tournament.
So if they're not...
So not deemed as dangerous. That's in the laws these days, but often playing conditions override that.
And a lovely pirouette.
That was a lovely pirouette. That was very close to being bowled, and I feel cheated that we didn't get the free hit celebration.
Literally.
It was all set up for it. Unfortunately, it just evaded the stumps.
Well, that was a fantastic call. That was loud, precise. You're not going wrong with that.
Yeah. Faryal Zia Safdar has pinched the strike, some say unfairly, in cricket. A bit too much of an issue is made of it, in my opinion. If there's a single off the last ball, take it. Some people, such as Jeff Boycott in the past, were accused of being very good counters. Love to get a single off the last ball. Having said that, if the bowler was good, Jeff Boycott said many times over the years, best place to watch a great fast bowler is from the non-striker's end.
It is. Good pressure. That's what good running does in the middle of this, in the wickets. So a strong, loud call of yes. You probably heard that through the mics, and it caused a fumble, which resulted in a successful single.
Yeah, this is still a decent start from Norway, behind the run rate, of course, but maybe their ambitions don't extend to this target. Maybe they're looking to improve on the 80 from the last game. I'm not sure if the table reflects it, but I would, from what I've seen out there, I would suggest that Sweden, their neighbours, Scandinavian neighbours, would represent their best chance of getting a competitive game in. This is huge cheers here for that too. I'm not sure what the significance was, because Aisha's got plenty of runs in this tournament. It should be well up there in the charts. But, the 2 was met with much whooping and hollering.
It's quite steady from Amali. Amali Jayasuriya. Probably the best one I've said today.
Yeah, but you've put out about 20 years to practice that one, haven't you? Because of the great Sanath.
Of course.
Loved watching Sanath Jayasuriya play. He was a very resourceful cricketer. Fierce hitter of the ball. Could bat anywhere in the order, but played most of the latter part of his career at the top of the order, having started at number 6. Of course, very canny left-arm spinner too. Left-arm orthodox.
Can go far as a left-arm spinner in the game of cricket.
Yeah, turning the ball away from the bat. Threatening the outside edge with the one that turns and threatening the inside edge with the arm ball. That's the idea.
Of course. That has been struck beautifully through the cover point region. Just for a single though. Probably felt like he deserved a few more on the basis of the shot. But good piece of fielding.
Is it in my imagination that Aisha doesn't look quite as assured in this innings?
4 off 12. Yeah, she quite slow. But hopefully she'll pick it up. Again, it's all about practice, I think, for Norway being out in the middle. Like, the more time they can spend out in the middle of the crease, the better. It's only going to be good for them.
Wise words of Thea Brooks coming to you on this broadcast. These women's 2020 international matches. Sienna Linden continues from the Crocodile Club end here at the Desert Springs Resort, more specifically the Desert Springs Cricket Ground. in the province of Almeria in southern Spain. Bringing this coverage to you via Audiovisuales Murcia, thanks to the generous support of All in One. And lest we forget, this one goes wide down the leg side. And extra run taken. Kit sponsors, Grizzly Sports, who've helped out the Spanish squad and the umpires, and have also supplied the cricket balls for this entire event. 12 matches scheduled originally, lost 2 on the first day. Sienna Linden just looking for a bit more consistency. So I asked you about her action during her last over. She gets up nice and she's got a good steady approach. She gets up nice and tall. Where does the consistency come from after that, or how does the lack of consistency come about?
Well, if you see with her both her front arm and her bowling arm, they go very long, very early. So actually having that little lack of control of her, because her limbs, yes, thank you, groundsman, for confirming. And now I've lost my train of thought. So very lengthy, which means that she'll lose power. So she hasn't got that front elbow to actually drive through towards her left hip as she bowls, as it comes out quite straight quite early. So she lacks a lot of power, or misses out on a lot of power, not lack, sorry, misses out on a lot of power and a lot of speed. And it can also potentially generate slightly less accuracy, because there's quite a big limbs for her, or long limbs for her, I should say.
Yeah, she's a tall girl.
And then in time, hopefully see a slightly longer run up, slightly more momentum, some speed in a run up.
We haven't got ages of the girls in the profiles, but I think that Sienna's, I would estimate that she's a teenager.
I would say so.
Yep. So
16, 17 maybe?
Yeah. But yeah, so maybe she hasn't had those long limbs for very long, so she's just getting used to them.
Oh. Another no ball head height for Sienna. As she runs in for free hit, which is clipped away over the top of mid wicket towards the boundary rider for a single. As we conclude the 5th over, the score is now 20 for 1 after 5 overs, going along nicely. Team from Norway, are they going at a rate in which to catch the 143 target? Run rate suggests no. However, we know that in Norway they're all about their improvements. So are they looking to hit the 143 target, or are they looking to surpass their top score of 80 in this competition? I think we know what the answer might be here, which is absolutely fine. Because we know that the little wins in these nations mean a lot to these teams. It's all about improvements. That's exactly what they've done in every single game that they've faced, as they come through for a single. Still Amali in the attack. She's started the over nice and steadily. That goes through for a dot ball. And apologies, the graphics are just a little bit behind at the moment. And that is catching up slowly but surely as we get into the 6th over of the Norway innings. As the ball is bowled and slashed away through the leg side as deep mid wicket running round cuts off the 2. He's unsure what to do with the ball, holds it a little bit too long, I'd say. Still only the 1 run from it though. Aisha Hassan had an incredible innings, had a very good innings at the start of the day for her team. Carried the team through to 80. Now seems to struggle a little bit here, 6 from 19, as is her fellow captain, Fariel Safdar, who's only 3 from 13. Chewed up quite a few dots at the moment.
So, I've been speaking to our elves, our stats elves, and I've got news for you.
Go on.
Oh, it's good news for Sienna Linden's skincare manufacturer. She's actually 21.
21! Wow. We were way off. We were way off. But you'll take that. Take looking 17 when you're 21,
Yep.
I think. I would.
Still yet to reach a peak at 21, of course.
I'm only 21.
How many times have you been 21 then?
Only a couple of years.
I think you told us on air you're going to be next year.
Don't do
early
it.
next year,
Don't do
21
it.
for the 10th time.
For the 10th time?
Yeah.
Would you be 21 for the 10th time?
21.
9th time?
Birthdays. 20,
Oh, okay.
21st
So,
birthday.
okay, with you.
21 for the
I
second
didn't,
time.
I didn't class the first, the first one.
Yes.
The obvious important one. Well, no. In my head. Didn't COVID take off 2 years?
Yeah,
Is that right?
That's true actually, because yeah, I had a significant milestone birthday planned in March 2020.
That's 60.
What was the comment I made there? I know which one you're getting me back for. It was
I'm joking.
your inconsistent treatment of our guests, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's what it was.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible from you, sir.
Or from you. I don't know.
It's getting personal on the commentary. I don't like this.
We've obviously been together too long.
We have.
We need some fresh blood in. Oh, you're leaving, aren't you, after this game?
I'm leaving today. Or tomorrow. We still have dinner together though.
Well, that's not as romantic as
Oh,
it sounds, by the way.
still
I should just say. It won't be
Sounded
just.
lovely, didn't it?
It did sound lovely, but it won't. I'm pretty sure it won't be just the two of us.
In candlelight.
It'll be a bit. Well,
Both
it
nights.
certainly will be dimly lit. I can tell you that. I've been having to use the torch on both of my phones to light up my dinner, as we mentioned earlier.
Blinded me in the process twice.
Sorry. Apologies. I thought I was pointing it at my food. I didn't think I was pointing it at you. Yeah, so we will be having dinner together later, along with about 70 or 80 other people.
Very true. Be a nice little selection of staff there together. And a nice spread on the buffet. And that ball has been struck over the top of the bowler's head as they come back for 2. So we're just trying to confirm the bowler.
Yeah, it is
Trying to see the number.
Surya Kala Ravici? Just check.
Yes.
Ravuri,
Surya.
sorry. Surya Kala Ravuri. We had another ponytail dilemma there. It was a beautiful flowing hair, was completely obliterating our number, but we've got it now.
This is some excellent intent from the girls in the middle. And I'll keep banging on about intent, but I think it's exactly what they need. Why not? Why not give it a go now? Utilise all their skills in this game. They're calling it. No ball, second bounce to the keeper. As the graphics do catch up with us. And that ball has been hit hard over mid-off's head. As it's, as you can probably hear in the background, that has gone for a boundary, much needed boundary for Norway. Oh, they're creeping. And as I say that, we're creeping towards the 80. 80 is the target hit for Norway.
80 is the first target.
First target, of
Yeah,
course.
I'm going to say the first. Because I think they can do. I think they can do better.
I do. I think
we can go 3 figures.
I
today.
think 3 figures. I'd love to see them hit 3 figures.
But, baby steps. Let's get the 80. Well, let's get the 36 kicked off first. Let's. We've been plotting their scores.
We have.
They didn't manage to quite get to the 36 within the power play.
Well, I'm jumping back on for the last section of the day to the comments as we have a flurry of boundaries.
Well, that's the 36 dealt with.
Done.
The last ball of the 7th over. So that takes the scoring rate above 5. So that puts them on course for a 3-figure score. Lovely stroke away. Paying the penalty there for the 3 illegal balls in the over, because there were 2 boundaries in the last 3 balls, the ones that had to be re-bowled. And I'm just going to well, I can't, I think I can combine this with microphone usage, but I'm going to give you shadow watch. So yeah, I can touch the rope with my head.
Oh, I can't. If I stand up, I might.
Definitely.
I'm a little bit short. Just having a scroll through the comments.
There's a wide ball to start this 8th over. It's Rashmi Ganjagunte Sumasheka.
So if you are still out there with us on the live stream on Cricket España on the YouTube channel, please get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Love reading through your comments, love getting you involved. It's nice to get behind the goals. Fortunately, as another no ball has been called.
A wide ball, actually.
He just called a no ball for that one. There was definitely one arm that went out.
Oh, I thought that was 2 arms.
Oh,
maybe it was
suss me out here.
Maybe it was an
saw
optical illusion with the fielder behind it, but I thought it was.
Maybe hallucinating.
I thought it was 2 arms.
Oh, I only saw the one, but.
What's the excuse now? You weren't up at 3 a.m. Or maybe you were still up at 3 a.m. I don't know.
I was very much asleep. Well, we did have a question earlier. Thank you for reminding me, Sahel. Could you repeat possibly what's going to happen with the matches that were rained off, please? So how is it going to look tomorrow? Would that be okay?
Yeah, our current understanding is that match 1 will be played as match 1 of the day, which is match 10 of the tournament, will be played as originally scheduled. And my understanding is that instead of playing 3rd and 4th place playoffs and 1st and 2nd for the final, the 2 abandoned matches will be rescheduled, seeking permission for this, of course, from the ICC. They will be replayed, meaning that the tournament will be a pure round robin, single round robin between these 5 nations, meaning 10 matches, and the winner will be determined from that. So 4 matches each, every team gets the same number of matches, and if that gets rubber stamped, then I think that's the best solution. Because if you top a table of 5, I think you deserve the title.
Thank Thank you very much, Andrew, for that. So Hale, I hope that answers your question. As Rashmi comes into bowl, and it's just punched. A bit of a race to the ball from extra cover and mid-off. Mid-off takes the win. But most importantly, it is a dot ball. As there is a swing and a miss from Falial Safdar. She's struggling to get going at the moment. Anybody else watching today who wants to get in touch, please share a comment. Share a comment about the cricket, about Desert Springs, about Andrew, about myself, as long as they're nice. And that was a glorious shot through the covers. Safdar just letting her hands go through the ball for a single, and that concludes the end of the 8th over. Seven coming from that over. Making the score 44 for 1 at the end of the 8th. The fans want to see a sixer. I can hear the singing in the background from the Norwegians. We've seen 1 6 today. Maybe we'll see a second. The first 6 of the Norwegian innings. Let's see that. That'd be nice.
Yep, first 6 by. Shall we remind everyone who hit the 6 earlier?
Yes, you can.
Let me just consult my notes.
Unfortunately, I'm not keeping tabs of the batters' scores, so I'm just doing the fielding innings with Captain Ginja back into the attack.
I think
and she's
Rashmi.
fallen.
I think it was Rashmi. You're going to back me up?
I think it could well have been. Who else have we got down the list? I think it could have been. As Falial Safdar scurries back, has a little slip, but manages to make her ground. The girls from Norway are going well at the moment. As the ball's driven to mid-off, they could have potentially run a single there, but playing it safe.
I think a bit more than potentially.
Well, the non-striker didn't really leave her ground.
I think that Farial Safdar is rather enjoying the strike too.
I think she is. It's a good throw-in.
Carved that away. To, well, I'm not going to get anywhere near pronouncing this surname correctly, but I'm going to go Sophia Elmisiu. If anybody knows Sophie out there, can help me with the pronunciation, I'd be very grateful. Skipper is bowling from the far end, Gunjan. And she's bowled a wide. She's bowled a few of those in the tournament.
Got no questions just as of yet. Got some comments on the cricket. I remind you to keep it as respectful as possible, please, as we watch the women playing their international ICC T20 competition, the European competition. We're watching Sweden against Norway, Scandinavian Scandinavian battle between these two.
Yeah, it's a proper derby, isn't it?
It is.
Two northern Baltic countries. Long, slim countries, if I can describe them geographically. Parallel, mainly, alongside each other. I'd love to visit. Can't believe that according to you I've got past my 60th birthday without visiting Scandinavia. I must tick that one off the list. Have you been there?
I haven't, no. And I'm taken back by what you've just said.
What?
What birthday was it?
Well, according to you, it was my 60th. It was my significant milestone.
Oh,
Didn't really get through that one, but anyway.
I went 10 years too high, I thought. No?
Anyway.
I don't know anymore. Anyway, moving on.
I had a trip booked. Half a dozen friends were going to get together in Tenerife, and I found myself 6 days before I was due to leave for that significant birthday. I found myself with all borders closed out of Argentina, and I still haven't celebrated
That's disappointing.
that birthday, so I
Celebrate tonight while you're a Ribena.
Well, I go back to Tenerife, get the right people together. I can then tick it. Like I say, I am now that age, so I'm permanently stuck on an age with a 9 on the end of it, which is no bad thing.
We love the number 9. We've already discussed that.
I'll give you another clue. It's also a square number.
Ooh. I know exactly. So I was close then. So I went 10 years too high.
Yeah.
Well, that was my plan.
Yeah.
That was trying to be the insult. So I'm proud of myself there.
Yeah, and taken as such. Well, that's skied and should be caught. So again, you're going to have one of those situations where someone's going to look at the umpires because it was a full toss. Sometimes you feel as an umpire that the players believe that all full tosses should be no balls if someone's out. Not the case. Good catch. Well, she's gesturing towards her teammates that she caught it with her cap, which of course you can't do that. Maybe she's suggesting that she wouldn't have been able to catch it without the cap on.
Just
I think
hats
no.
off.
Do you know what I think happened there? I think it clipped the cap, the beak of the cap, on the way into the hands. Because if you look at it as she takes the catch, you suddenly see the cap gets very much lower and covers her eyes as the ball passes it. So I think it's just clipped the peak of the cap on its way into the hands, but good catch.
And that is only the loss of the Norwegian second wicket.
Yep, plenty in the hutch.
Plenty to come. So that was unfortunately the dismissal of the captain, Falia Safdar. We welcome our new batter to the crease to face the dangerous Vader. Darth Vader.
I think there's an extra sound. I think it's Vadia.
I think it is as well, but I quite like Vader. Vadia.
So you reminded me, got off on a few tangents here. Around about 15 years ago, I was in a pub in Biggin Hill, and the man inside the Darth Vader suit, who only left us about a year ago, was eating his lunch at the next table.
And who was that?
David Prowse was the name of the man inside the suit. He was also, back in the day, he was the Green Cross Code man. Another thing for road safety. Him and Tufty, bodybuilder, around about 6'7" his peak. As we get another wicket.
Great catch. In front of point. Taken comfortably. As we start to lose in and out of the graphics.
Yeah, very good catch. And let me just check. Well,
Second.
What's happening here? The sub has run all the way out with absolutely nothing and is running back again.
Little message. But that was, unfortunately, Amadi, her first ball. As we know, the new batter will be on strike, as that is the new rule. Regardless of whether or not the batters cross, the new batter will be on strike.
Unless
in this
it's the end
case.
of the over. So, in other words, we could say the crossing is disregarded.
Crossing is disregarded.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all right. Clears up a lot of confusion. So, hat-trick ball, and that's a very high one. It is called a no ball.
Unsurprisingly,
So, the pressure of the hat-trick ball, we've spoken about it before. And that one I felt was quite straight. So, free hit. Well, very defensive looking shot for the free hit. So yeah, Dave Prowse, the man inside the Darth Vader suit, was at the next table. My colleague, it was a works lunch, and my colleague got very excited and texted his wife to say Darth Vader. Or he said he said Darth Vader is, i.e. Dave Prowse is having lunch at the next table. And only the nerds will get the response. She said, "Is he using the fork?" Do you get that one?
I do, yeah.
Oh, good.
Using the force, using the fork.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, we nearly talked Anya Vaidya into a hat-trick there
almost.
by comparing her second name to Darth Vader. Of course, Anya Vaidya, from our dealings with her, she nearly got on the microphone yesterday. Lovely person. Darth Vader, of course, the most evil man in the universe, so no comparisons there.
Four coming from that over. 2 wickets as well. 2 vital wickets, which takes the score to 50 for 3, regardless of it being slightly different to my book as normal. That's okay. We'll go by what's on your channel on YouTube and on the scoreboard.
Surya Kala Ravuri to continue. A steady bowler. Looks to pop it on a length. Meanwhile, Norway have gone past the score in the second match in this tournament, and have brought up their 50. So only their score in their last match this morning of 80 remains in their way. As we plot their improvement through the tournament. Happy bunch.
Oh, they
Happy
are.
bunch, the Norway team.
They're a beautiful team. Lovely personalities. Love their cricket.
And did I hear a bit of fandom about their captain? Did you mention that earlier on the chat?
Yes.
Someone.
Couple of fans of Fariel.
Ariel, they enjoyed her appearance at the toss, it would
I
appear.
did enjoy her appearance. She is a beautiful girl, I can confirm.
Very nicely spoken as well.
Oh, very much so.
There's an appeal. For a runner, a little bit optimistic, but I think, did we have a 3 there?
No, we just had a 2.
Okay. Oh, well, we didn't actually, because I think I've just seen a signal for 1 short. Maybe that's where you miss out. Looks like, yeah, 1 short. That's maybe where you get your extra run from sometimes, because of course they're not signalling to us.
So that's changing to 1.
It's disappeared off the screen and magically reappeared as a 1. So a lot of running. Couldn't see initially which umpire signalled that. Didn't see Neil Kesh signalling it, so I think it was probably Aisha at the bowler's end who ran short. As this is hit towards cow corner.
The fielding has been fantastic for the
Um,
Swedes.
Is that Sienna out there?
I think it might be.
Could be Sophie. No,
Or
Sophie's
is-
on the offside. I can see her there. Sienna, turn around so we can see your number if it's you. Yeah, looks
I'm
like
just
her.
looking for number 18. Got a bit curly hair.
Yeah, I
Pretty
can see.
sure.
Yeah, I can see the body language. Yep, that was Sienna on the boundary.
Body language of a 21-year-old, that.
It's body language of Sienna. Maybe we were fooled by our shirt number, 18. Maybe she's had it 3 years.
Potentially. I'm still 21, remember? She might still be 18. Brings us to the end of the 11th over. Oh, well, I'm way off on my score. Well, I'm not actually. I'm still one ahead on the screen, but the scoreboard is yet to catch up. 55 for 3 off 11.
I've got shadow update for you, shadow watch.
There it's
It's becoming almost undiscernible. Actually, if I move from side to side, as you can probably tell on the microphone, it's just about visible. We are.
Well, my sunglasses have come off, which dictates that the light has definitely come down, and I will be taking a photo of the sunset as I've done every night.
Well, I think the lack of shadow is not because the sun is due to drop imminently behind the mountain, as there is some haze over in that direction, so we're not getting the purest sunshine at the moment, and I doubt we will again today, so it's not going to help matters likewise. And the way Norway are doing, the way Norway are going, they're not going to capitulate and get bowled out within a dozen overs, because that's only 4 balls away, and they've only lost 3 wickets. And that's a wide. Goes to Sophie, I think.
Sienna's got a cap on, I believe. No, hasn't she? She's still got a cap on?
Has she crossed from mid-wicket to mid-wicket?
I
If
think
so,
she has. I think
if so,
doing-
she's a fit girl.
she's getting her steps in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Sophie, number 5.
Of course, can't actually have any type of step reader on you. That was indeed Sophie down there. We can see, thanks to the coverage, number 5 shirt.
I think Vedya has been very, very clinical with the ball so far. Only 6 runs coming from her, well, currently 1.4 overs, but she has had 2 wickets. They were the 2 in 2 balls in her first over.
Oh, that's an overhead height full toss. Complete loss of control there.
And as I say that, we see a free hit.
Yep.
So where is Hassan going to put this?
That's
Back in
well
a
bowled.
crease.
Well bowled. Just very slightly short of a length. Cramped the advancing down the pitch. And well, I'm not sure what's going on here because the bowler's ready. The 2 batters are in the middle talking to each other. This is where the umpires need to step in. Tell them the bowler's ready. And they shouldn't keep them waiting.
Just had a rumble from the noughties.
Yeah, that was actually that was the production team from Audio Visuales Murcia. Apparently, third time of asking. We could stop talking about the sun beginning to disappear behind the mountains, and we might just get a shot of it. I'm not going to overpromise. I don't wish to underdeliver.
Oh, look at that.
But we just back away, and they're doing us proud.
Wow.
That's the view from the far side of the ground from us. As I mentioned, not the purest of sunsets, it's got quite hazy, which for a while will probably reflect the light better, but as soon as it goes behind that mountain, things are going to change. There, you can see
flags.
Flags have rather died. Lack of breeze, of course. They are just having a bit more of an effect on the Isle of Man flag, as it's about a quarter of the size of the others, as befits the territory. creaking you may have heard on the microphones there as they're getting her daily sunset photograph in. Where do you think you're going to be tomorrow when the sun sets? Are you going to be at Wellington College?
Where? Oh, what time is it set nowadays in the UK? It's like 5 o'clock, isn't
probably
it?
before
Probably
that,
before.
isn't it? Yeah.
I'll be working. I'll be up in the dark and working in the dark.
So the hockey you're doing tomorrow is outdoors. Is that under lights, or do you do it when it's still light?
Hockey will be. I say they'll probably still be light by the time that finishes. Potentially floodlights might come on. However, I will be inside doing cricket by the time the sun sets tomorrow with my year 9 and 10s. They'll be with me tomorrow.
Indoor cricket or just nets?
Just nets at the time being.
Yep.
So we've got a girls' indoor tournament coming up soon. The Berkshire League indoor tournament from the 15th. So they'll be practicing their skills on a Friday in the indoor. As we see in Misfield, so the girls in the middle, the 2 ballers from Norway run a 2 scamper through due to a misfield. It's good communication.
I think you should get another photo after this ball.
Ooh.
We're now in contact with the mountain.
Struck beautifully. Again, same location, slightly different result as that's picked up cleanly for 1 run. Oh, I think I may have had a different one there. I thought I had a 2 amongst that. And it's got down on the graphics as a single.
Well, we've got 7 overs to go in this match, and update is there'll be no more shadow updates because the sun is now in contact with the mountain behind us. There it is on the screen. Doesn't that look beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The Sierra around here is magnificent. Don't know what constitutes a hill and what constitutes a mountain in English, but it's they're somewhere in between. They are massive and they're quite high, especially when you consider how close to the sea we are. As this is carved away through the offside, well chased. 2 runs the result. And in the space of those 2 balls, I can now confirm the sun has gone, and we are exactly 2/3 of the way through this innings in terms of available balls, available legal balls remaining. And we're now into touch and go time regarding the light. I think we're slightly ahead of where we were yesterday by a couple of overs. Of course, we did finish with 3 unused overs yesterday due to the light. You can see the Sweden bowlers running back to their mark. Running back to their marks even.
Right, struck powerfully through towards cover point as it's collected cleanly and thrown in towards the bowler's end for a single. Ooh.
Wow, we've got another full toss. High full toss, illegal full toss called no ball. And another free hit on the way. Free hits in themselves often don't help the over rate if they get smashed to and over and beyond the fence. This drops short, so plenty of scope to open her arms. Doesn't time it, goes straight to Signe, who's the ball's largely avoided her in the field in this innings.
It has.
She comes round nicely to that one. Signe Lundell. I don't know what Nilkush's seemed to have a word to say to a couple of the fielders there. Not quite sure what was going on. Maybe Nilkush's voice is coming back and he's just enjoying being able to use it. Man of few words, Nilkesh Patel, even when his throat's in good order.
Lovely action from Vedya. It's been very, very good with the ball so far. Minus a couple of extras, but even so. Bit of footwork.
Six overs to go in this match, Norway requiring 73. It's just beginning to slip away from them now. They've kept the run rate just above 5 though, so we've been plotting their progress in this tournament, and they need another 10 runs to record their best score of this competition.
And then a further 29 we want for the triple figures, don't we? 29 runs from here.
Yes, sorry, I thought you meant 20.
I did.
Yes,
How I said it.
Yes, sorry.
I did know. As soon as I said it,
yeah,
how I said it.
You scrambled. You
I
scrambled
did.
my head with the maths. I was thinking that's about 110.
Like, that's not right, Thea. Yeah. I knew what I meant.
Yeah.
So I had to.
They're both achievable, without a doubt.
They are definitely. I think they're more than capable, and they're showing their class and their resilience in this tournament. As Surya continues. Run out opportunity. Oh, it should be. If not, it's appalling. But it is. Confusion in the crease. Kamari has been run out. Hassan is still there though. The dangerous Hassan. Unfortunately, that is the end of Kamari.
Again, good positioning from Mark Chappell. Probably could have given that out from most places on the field, but got round to side on.
As we see who it looks like, the tall, slender Hina Hussain marching her way to the crease. Again, we've seen a lot of Hina Hussain, a lot of good. It's the player that seems to be everywhere.
Yeah, and Aisha Hassan has batted a lot of time during the course of this tournament. Homing in on her potentially second 30-plus score of the tournament. Surya Kala Ravuri continues from the Crocodile Club end.
And she's gone big, but it's just going to drop short of long on, who had to make some ground for a single. Caught it well on the full toss, always safe.
Okay, well, graphics are a little bit stuck because over has been called. Sophie was marking up her run up there, but she's actually jogging down to third man. Well, 15 overs are up on the scoreboard, so graphics are just catching up. Feeling that there was a single off the last ball, so I got a feeling that was another 5 ball over potentially. I mean, I know we want to get through this match, but that's taking a little bit too far, isn't it?
I know, can't do that.
Everyone here wants to get through this match.
Amali back. Fielded well. A cover point.
Yeah, Imali Jayasuriya. Not spelt the same way as the slightly more famous Sanath. Cricket circles anyway. I don't know what sphere of life Amali's in.
This is Amali's final over of the innings. She fires one down the leg side.
And
wide.
what would we have liked to have seen there? Have a go at it.
Have
Come
a
on.
go.
Again, there's no... We're likely to go to the 45. There's no one there. Have a dart. Pleasant looking stroke, but thick inside edge to take it back to the bowler.
Again, Aisha Hassan seems to find herself on the non-striker's end of yet another innings. Should be itching to get on strike. Which they do in this instance. The direct hit may have changed the game a little bit there. But with 2 balls to go, let's see how Hassan plays this. See if she can take her team above that 80 mark.
That's a lovely strike, but actually she's picked out a fielder. Would you believe it? Just on the cusp of her second 30-plus score of the day. She hits that to Rashmi Gunjananti Samarashekara, who actually juggles it a little, but actually crosses over to the offside from mid-on. Gets under it comfortably and rides the little juggle.
I think she struck it well. She's unfortunate, Aisha Hassan. I think she's played again another good innings. She's obviously a very talented cricketer, whereas she's got a standing ovation from her teammates. It's great to see. She's done very well for her country in this tournament so far, and as expected is greeted with an array of hugs to congratulate her. It's lovely to see.
Sugana Kunaratnam is the new bat in, and won't be on strike because that was the last ball and over, and we're seeing the return of Sienna Linden. That starts with a wide.
Good dive. Like a good dive. Good diver of the bat when batting. Tammy Beaumont, ex-gymnast. Very good. Does it in the field a lot as well. Just see a swan dive.
Yep. Doesn't keep wicket so much anymore, but used to keep wicket for Kent.
You say that's still England's second keeper though.
Right.
Obviously, Amy Jones has played every single international game that's been available
Since when?
this season.
Right.
And there's been a lot of games, and she's gone over to play in the WBBL.
Okay. So long since I've seen Tammy Beaumont keep, I didn't think she did it anymore. A bit like Rory Burns.
No, she does. Well, she's England's second keeper, so she has to.
But she doesn't because Amy plays every game.
Because Amy plays every game. As the pitch becomes slightly darker, we are beginning to squint.
Well, I have got an update for you on that regard. The sun here at Desert Springs is now officially below the horizon. So you will notice a sudden change in light available. Currently minus 0.14 degrees below the horizon, according to official website.
That is powerfully struck and hit Sienna, the bowler, on the foot, which results in no run. To conclude the 17th over, 3 from it.
Just to excuse Sienna there, she did go for it with the hands,
She did.
unlike other
She did.
bits of fielding that we've seen. And, well, we've got as far as we did yesterday. 17 overs. And
78.
78.
We're going to get over.
Well, we're going to see Sophie bowl for the first time today. Didn't bowl in the match earlier on. And aborted. So, talked about skincare products earlier on.
Youthful looking player.
Yep. You gonna have a punt?
Well, I feel like because we were so far off the last,
Are you worried about what you're going to say now,
I'd
aren't you?
say
Because your competitive streak's probably kicking in.
it is. Do you know her age?
I do.
Oh no. Oh, bear with me. So we had that was the first ball, wasn't it? Because she stumbled on the first. Sophie. I reckon Sophie. Again, similar now, I think, to the no ball being called. Free hit signalled. Sophie runs into bowl again, and a big swipe, but unfortunately no bounce of the ball on the deck. Results in the ball creeping under the bat.
So we've got the accents on the graphics there.
We have.
Presumably make her surname even more difficult to pronounce, but
Most likely.
Elmisio.
Oh.
Okay, you've changed the subject.
I have. Sorry, I'm going to go with, because I've not actually seen Sophie up close, really, apart from what I can see on the screen. I'm going to say my gut instinct would have been 19, but I feel like she's 22.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What,
Not bad. I'll
what
let
is
you
she?
know after this ball.
Okay.
A non-free hit situation.
Which that would have dropped. That's definitely dropped below, but regardless.
Been signalled a wide instead. Sophie is 28.
28? Wow.
According to Cricinfo.
Wow, she looks incredible.
And Cricinfo doesn't often get it wrong.
Wow. Sophie, what skin products are you using? How do you look so youthful?
I think on her last night, Thea's going to look to be your new best friend.
Oh, might.
If only to get the name of the skincare product.
Beautiful girl. Oh, they've reviewed the decision and decided to go for a no ball. I feel like I need to get that no ball back replayed. So I'm not sure why they've called it a no ball. However, run out opportunity. Strong throw by Signe. Just misses the stumps. Would have been I can only imagine from our position, would have been out with a direct hit. The throw was powerful. And as you know, you can be run out from a free hit. It's the only dismissal that you can be out on a free hit. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like you would.
It's not the only one.
Thank you, I knew that. I felt like that was going to be the case. What is the others? What were they?
Well, effectively, you can't be dismissed by the bowler, so things like hit the ball twice, obstructing the field, things like that. The ones that come up rarely.
Okay.
So if we're just having problems with the run up here. I think that's just taken a little bit of pad, hasn't it?
I think it has.
Once this over's finished, I'm going to see. We're losing our picture on our monitor. I'm going to see if our HDMI cable is slightly loose. That's going to be my task for the end of the over. Because that's the message that's coming up.
I think it might be.
Because we're getting less and less able to tell you what's going on out in the middle. I can assure you it's pretty dark out there. As that over finishes. Well, I think whether my suggestion was subtle. One of the team from Audio Visuales Murcia has come across and has resolved the very good HDMI, or it hasn't. It's gone off again.
Oh no!
So it appears to be an issue here, but not to be deterred. We're going for another tactic. It could be my my Nutri-Bar might be the problem, or my baguette, my lunch baguette, which still hasn't finished. Anyway.
On a positive note,
they
have surpassed their 80 mark.
Oh, they have.
They have.
And we've also got through the 18th over of the third game. That's the first time that's happened.
Might even get a finish as Sienna returns, or continues even.
Yep.
She runs into bowl. It's on the pad. Mild appeal. 2 hands in the air.
Anyway, this means potentially, if we get through this match, you're just 10 balls away from a Ribena. Other concentrated squash drinks are available.
That's a fantastic
direct hit.
Fielding.
And on this occasion, looks like Mark didn't rate the chances of getting the run out. Oh, he's been out there for over 110 overs today. He's probably ready for ginger beer or something like that.
I think some of the... Ooh!
Have you just seen something? I wasn't watching the
I
replay.
have.
What have you seen?
However, in all fairness to the umpire, I think that would be one in a televised game. You'd go upstairs and then they'd be given out because she was short of the line and her bat was in the air. However, I think that would have been quite hard from an umpire's perspective to see that. You can see on the graphics now that actually it is quite dark out there. I think it's quite clear on the screen when it goes into a landscape perspective. You can see how dark it actually is here at Desert Springs. Every run being cheered by the Norwegian team.
Just taking a ball check there. I mean, a couple of illegal balls in this over, called as such. Looked like they were going to... Now, have we just seen... I thought we had a strangle down the leg side there. Sounded like it came straight off the face of the bat.
This came off something, because it's not been called a wide.
Interesting one. Well, umpires are striding into position. It looks like they don't want a repeat of the Duckworth-Lewis finish last night. It means we won't have to go scurrying around trying to find out what the result is, because it looks like they're going to look to, despite the ever worsening elements, we're going to get through this last over. In fact, we're going to finish just upon the original start of the day scheduled finish time of 6:10. Looks like somehow we're going to get that met despite everything that's gone on today. We're going to finish in inverted commas on time.
Yet again, just look to our left, we see the groundsman sat on his motor again, ready to come on. 6 balls in, just this side of the ground this time. He's ready. Ready to clean up, go home.
He's kept his spirits up, Peter, today, hasn't he? Stand-in groundsman for Callum. We hope that Callum's recovering well. Might see him tomorrow at some stage. Hope we do.
It's not easy to do this on your own. That is well fielded off her own bowling. Captain.
During the week we got the reserve or the deputy groundsman, David, rather bizarrely for a leisure industry. Weekend off. Let's work that one out. So Peter has done an absolutely marvellous job this weekend, and I hope Callum can play some part tomorrow with his recovery. Oh, so close.
Every run being cheered.
Desperate, they've got into the 90s. Can they?
Can they do it? There should have been a 1 there. 2 there, sorry.
I don't know if they would have settled for 81 at the start of this innings, but now they've got this close. It's a real question of can they?
Come on, girls.
Can they just scramble these 9 runs? Well, not playing that shot, they won't. But
annoyingly so, I'm on 91. That's the frustrating thing.
Well, it hasn't caught up. They haven't taken the 2's not on the graphics yet. So, was it 1 by? I thought it was 2. Apologies.
No, it was just the 1. Yeah, they didn't run the 2. That should be a called a wide.
So that's 2 balls to go. Scores on 91. We need a second 6 of the tournament if we're going to get there.
Or lots of wides, but I don't really want that in this game.
Well, I don't want that in this light, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
Because we're not going to be able to see them. There is a hit, but
every run is cheered.
Kunaratnam was well in. Didn't take the best route straight down the middle of the pitch, unfortunately, but
that's happened on a few occasions.
Yeah.
Again, all comes with practice.
We'll be playing on the same pitch tomorrow. Did have to remind a couple of the girls yesterday they're not playing on artificial in this tournament. And, well, that's caught me by surprise. I thought we had one more ball to go after that, but I'm sure that you had your 6 down there. Oh, maybe not. That is the end of the play. Norway make it on to 92.
And I'll be happy to know that I make it 93.
I'm showing last 2 balls as dots there. So 2 dots and a bye. And a single and 2 dots to finish this match. Sweden finish officially on 92, or Norway on 92 for 5, meaning Sweden win by 51 runs. Their first victory of this tournament. It means that Norway go through the tournament with a perfect record in the sense of consistency, but unfortunately it's been on the wrong side for them. They have lost all 4 of their matches, but the good news that we've covered quite closely is that in each match they've exceeded their previous score, starting with the lows of 36, ending with that 92 that you see on the screen. And that's what we look for in tournaments like this. We look for progression, we look for learning, and they've displayed their capability of doing that. They will have learnt so much in this tournament, and I'm sure that they'll be back tomorrow to spectate, see how the rest of the tournament pans out. But good to have Sweden register their first win. It means that the 4 teams taking part tomorrow have already got a win each under their belt at least. That sets it up very nicely. And you can just see a car coming down the service road with its headlights on. That will give you some indication of how dark it is here. In fact, it turns into one of the residential properties that flank the ground in that direction. You can see the Crocodile Club there. It's the building with the thatch roof. It's sort of the largest main roof that you can see to the right on your screen. That's where we'll be heading later. I think that as it's your last night, you're particularly looking forward to that.
I'm excited.
Sampling the foods, the Crocodile Club.
Yep, the foods, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, foods in the plural. It's foods really, because there's a good variety.
I'm on about the different types of grapes that they might be providing.
Oh yes, red grapes. I think that's what you're after.
Red grapes, white grapes, or green grapes.
Red grapes in their
mix of wine, white and red grapes.
In their red grapes in their squashed form. undiluted. So we're looking forward to that. As you can see,
Can't wait.
Peter heading onto the ground with the tarpaulin being dragged behind him. I think he's going to
Need a bit of help.
need to take the stumps out before he gets that in place. Lots of cheering and whooping. I think we're out of time for an outdoor player of the match interview, but as we did yesterday evening, we're going to see if we can grab one in the tent in a short while. We're just waiting to see whether we get the end of match summary and statistics for you. Sweden, well, it's a different side against, team that's proved to be, unfortunately at the moment, the least strong of the tournament. Posting 1-4-3 with the help of a few extras. But they will be very grateful. That'll be good preparation for them. Their matches have been backed up to the end of this tournament with the rearrangement due to the rain. So having played the last match today, they'll need to get through 2 more tomorrow. Hopefully in the interim, the other match, we'll be able to get Sienna and Anya into the commentary box. Hopefully you won't be over Europe somewhere and you'll be able to listen in.
Hopefully. I'm looking forward to it. I've had a really good time being here out in Spain, in Desert Springs, as we've mentioned. I just think it's a great opportunity, and to witness and see a complete array of different nations competing in this tournament it's so inspiring to see how many women and girls are out there in the world playing cricket. And even if those listening in or whoever, might know somebody, whether it be in the UK or whatever country they may live in, and it has, a dual nationality, get them playing. They could be representing their nation in some way. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for these girls to learn, develop and improve their sport and represent their country, as already said. So, congratulations to all of the players out here. They're doing something that, only I could ever dream of doing. So congratulations to them and to everyone else that's involved, coaches and all of the staff. And I'm incredibly grateful to be here, as I've already said. So thank you so much once more for having me.
We'll come back to that just in a minute, but match summary for you. Sweden accumulating that 1-4-3 for 8 with Signe Lundell top scoring on 26, actually matched by her captain Gunjun Shukla. They both scored to 26, with Signe doing it slightly more quickly, and pick of the bowlers Imadi with 3 for 22. And the reply there from Norway, well, Aisha Hassan, she's scored consistently, certainly today. She's topped 60 runs for the day. Couldn't quite get to her 30 today, but hold out on 29. Not a lot of support, but Anya Vaidya, she got 2 for 16 off 3 overs, and well supported by the other bowlers. So Sweden win by 51 runs to get their first win of the tournament. Thea, just while we look at that, I would like to especially thank you for your company for the last 2 days. It's been great. Actually, 2 and a bit days, of course, because you made the last match on Friday. I hope that we can enjoy your last night with the rest of the crew tonight at the Crocodile Club. And bon voyage for tomorrow, or buen viaje, as they say here.
Thank you so much. No, I've absolutely loved my time here, and I can't wait to come back. Hopefully.
Well, you're on the list. I think you're on the VIP guest list for events like this. Especially it's been fabulous to have a female commentator at this women's event.
That's been amazing.
You've given great insight into what it's like to be a women's cricketer. I think you yourself have learnt what it's like to be a women's cricketer in countries that play cricket as a minority sport.
Of course.
And it's been an eye-opener for all of us. So I wish you well. I hope to see you at Wellington College next year at some stage.
Of course.
Or maybe we'll see each other here beforehand. But once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, we will see whether we can grab an interview with the player of the match. So you might well see Thea on screen again. But for now, we'll thank you for watching. And if you can hang on, you should be able to see an interview. If not, we'll see you in the morning around about 8:30 for the toss. Thanks again for watching. Just as a final confirmation, actually, just confirm, for those of you wondering, you've been listening to Thea Brooks and Andrew Elliott on the coverage today provided by Audio Visuales Murcia.
that conclusion of the third game of the third day here today at Desert Springs, and I'm here with the player of the match, Lamia from Norway. Congratulations on your win of player of the match. I know that you didn't obviously come across as the winning team today. However, how did you feel the game went today?
I'm quite surprised because today I'm here to learn, and I really have a good team that's supporting me in each aspect. And today, when this is the first time I was like bowling the whole 4 overs in these international matches. So all my teammates, they helped me to keep my calmness, and then I just did what my teammates said and my coach said, and yes, it worked.
Well, of course, took 3 wickets in your 4 overs, which is absolutely incredible. So congratulations on that. Like you say, your first time bowling full spell,
Yes.
which is brilliant.
In an international match.
In an international match as well, which is absolutely incredible. So well done on that aspect of it. And please tell me about the journey that Norway have come in international cricket to get yourselves here playing against Sweden in the final game in your time here at Desert Springs.
Yep. We have a really good squad in Norway, and then we train weekly. And we when we came here, it's a turf pitch. We never played turf pitch because in Norway it's not a good conditions to maintain a turf pitch there. So it was a really good experience for us. And then we have like 5 new debutants in the team. So it's more of like a team bonding and learning more. So our main focus is win women in Norway. This match is for women in Norway, and we want to encourage everyone in the women in the Norway so that they can take up the sport. That was our main goal. And then when we actually started, we never saw an actual live match in a turf pitch here, and that's why we were like in a defensive mode whenever we play. So after the 2 matches, we lost, but it's pretty bad loss. But when yesterday we sat here, watched the matches, and we did all this evaluations, what we can do, where we can do better, and all the learnings. And today our main goal was to implement them, and I feel we did that. And even though we lost today, we were happy that we did give our 110%, and then we are going with good experience and good moments with the team.
Honestly, I think you couldn't have answered that any better, to be honest. And I think you've absolutely hit the nail on the head in terms of it's all about learnings. Yeah. You know, it's the first time a lot of you girls have played on a turf pitch, and even just commentating on a tournament like this it's really close to home for me as well, and it's very heartwarming. So thank you so much to yourself, all of the girls in Norway, and to be honest, every other team that is here competing. Yeah. I think you are really standing up for all your nations, and you are definitely making your countries proud. So congratulations on that front. So congratulations on being player of the match. And well done. So thank you so much. I'll let you get off and celebrate. Andrew, I'll get you in here, my former commentator. Come on in. How do you think the tournament has passed so far?
I just want to say one thing first about Rami. Just before we went back on air, she was really reluctant. I haven't got anything to say, she said. And she just come on. And she's probably said more than we have said in the whole day without drawing breath. She was absolutely fantastic. So pleased for her that she's got a Player of the Match award. It's great to see her enthusiasm. She obviously absolutely loves her cricket, and it's fantastic to see. And that's what this tournament's about. As you say, it's about the development of the players. And the fact that they're so pleased about playing on turf. They come here, they've played 4 matches. Unfortunately, they've lost 4. I'm sure they're going to be down here watching tomorrow, and that's what it's about. They're really going to take so much away from this tournament and come back stronger, which is really great. So that's the summary.
They have, and honestly, and I think you can probably see in my voice, in my kind of emotions, that it's so close to me, being a female cricketer, seeing how these girls are absolutely loving their cricket, and the pride, I keep saying it, the pride and experiences that they're getting from this is everyone watching these girls play, just please pick up a bat and ball. Yeah. Please pick up a bat and ball. Look at what you can do. Look at who you can represent. And just like Ramya just said there, they do it for all the women in Norway. Yeah. Amazing. I couldn't be prouder of that interview. It's the best interview.
Excellent. No, I can tell you enjoyed it, so that's great. So moving into tomorrow, okay, so Norway have played all their matches now. We're going to complete the round robin tomorrow with the 3 matches. The great thing that I really enjoy is that everyone that's playing tomorrow has already won at least 1 game in the tournament, so the pressure will be off them to an extent. Italy are obviously leading the way with their 3 wins in 3 matches. Sweden have got a win. Spain have got 2 wins. Isle of Man are there with a win under their belt. So still all to play for tomorrow. The competition is up for grabs. Spain have got 2 matches. Sweden have got 2 matches. So we're going to see big changes in that table. So it's going to be absolutely fabulous.
We are.
I know that you're going to be on your way back to England.
I am.
So everyone here is going to miss Thea because she's been absolutely great. So I know I said it on air and around up there, but thanks once again for your company.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to try and soldier along on my own tomorrow. Hopefully with lots of guests. So just regarding tomorrow, we're going to be back at the normal time. Just to reiterate, 8:30 for the toss for the first game, and we will see you then. Thanks again, Thea, once more, and thanks to all you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.